Hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Hola.
General Codlin.
General Kenobi. That was not the right voice. Whatever.
We're DM-less.
Yeah. No,
we are a
game
ship
that.
without sails.
When the Dustins are away, the rest of us will cause chaos mostly.
I thought you were gonna say come out to play, and I'm like, we just
Attempt to play.
Yeah.
We need an adult.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a good adult, so we'll see how this goes. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunsets Over the Span, a special Dustin got a new job and is training for it, so he's not here, so we're running something else stream on Sunset Over Vingalia.
Congratulations, Dustin.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dustin.
Round
Yes.
of
Very
applause.
proud.
So this is a little bit of a special game. If you've been here before, we've run Cyborg, which is based on Borg. This is a rule set compatible, Borg compatible thingy that I've been working on for a little bit now called Scourge Borg, which is Dead Space, aliens, horror, space horror vibes. Dark, everything sucks because outer space would be the best way to describe it.
Nice.
So, if I cannot die by choking on nothing.
Very appropriate for a space-themed horror game.
True. So, this is a bit of a playtest of the rules for the Scourge Borg, which will be the first playtest that I've ever done of this. So, bear with us if there are problems. If there's anything that comes up, we might have to figure out rules on the fly. But we are going to hop in and do a little bit of character creation. These fine people have all done character creation before. I guess, real quick, word to our sponsors. Hit the sponers, they're here. We got a lot of cool ones. Oh, there you go. If you like Borg, Cyborg stuff, Matt has Day 20 is releasing lots of Borg content, which is super cool.
Very
I
soon.
don't know. We have other sponsors: TA Maps, Emberwind, Fernway Dice, Level 1 Gamers, Buried Without Ceremony. Check them all out. They're all super cool. All sorts of different vibes. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll up some characters and see if you can all manage to not die.
Is
Doubt
this
it.
when we
Challenge
bring?
accepted.
Do we bring our supportive potatoes out now, or
Yes.
do we do that later? Okay.
Yeah, your emotional support potatoes are
Inside joke, chat. So
I am potatoless.
potatoes.
I have no need for potatoes.
You are a potato.
I'm
Yeah.
a potato.
How about potato?
So I guess to set us all off, let me go ahead and read the pending introduction to Scourgeborg to give you all a little bit of a vibe check. The galaxy was supposed to save us. Perhaps entropy moved faster than we thought. Perhaps the galaxy decided humanity wasn't worth saving. After we burned through our world, we sought salvation amongst the stars. 100 billion stars presented themselves through the pattern, uncountable planets, seemingly infinite asteroids, and not a single one of them provided salvation. Dying suns, inhospitable planets, hostile alien life, strange phenomenon. War between planets, war between stations, war between solar systems. All a proxy for the war to control the dying embers of an entropic galaxy. Most people live on the stations or worlds where they were born, living meaningless lives, contributing only their labor, consuming ever-dwindling resources. Those who can travel the stars leave behind a pointless life, a chance at fortune, fame, or family. Embrace the infinite recursion, grasp the void, perceive the pattern. Welcome to the span.
Woo! Let's go!
So, in Scourgeborg, you play as a scav. You are one of the few who are lucky enough to have access to your own ship, to travel the stars, to attempt to seek fortune or fame or a family, as I said, whatever. The only things you're truly loyal to are yourself and your ship and your crewmates. When creating a scav, you should all have those rules. If you want to go ahead and pull them up, it's very similar. If you've done Borg rules games before, you'll recognize it. So to start out, we're going to roll abilities. You all got your character sheets ready to go.
Yep.
You will start with agility. I don't know. When you did this before, did you roll one person did all their abilities, or did we do like one?
I think we did one person did all of their abilities. That way it's just a bunch of rolling rapid fire.
Cool. Let's do it. So, yep, you're gonna roll just like in the other board games.
Do we roll for
D6?
class and do the classes modify the abilities?
So you would
If there were
any
classes. My
but
bad.
there are not. So that is one part of this is like actually some of the playtesting is to determine what kind of classes will be fun, what kinds of things
Nice.
could be cool to bake into the game. I've got some thoughts, but I'm hoping to get some ideas here. So yes, you will roll your abilities. I forget what the die are, and I didn't write it down in my rules.
It is 3d6, and if we do the generic ones, then we get to pick 2 abilities that we want to do 46 drop lowest on.
Cool. Perfect. So, quick overview. Your abilities, very similar to Cyborg. You have agility, which is your ability to sneak, pilot, dodge. Presence, which is your ability to shoot, use technology, charm people, whatever. Strength, punch, grab, lift, throw, carry. Toughness, holding your breath, a very important thing to do in the cold darkness of space. Take a hit, survive. And spine, which is your willpower and your ability to use null marks, which are this game's version of like powers or nano abilities from Psy. So yeah, who wants to go first? Who wants to start rolling a little character?
I'll do it.
Make a little guy. All right, let's go.
I'll do it.
Make a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Okay, so agility first.
Yep, and like Matt said, 3d6, 46, drop the lowest if you are not a class. So you can pick 2
12.
to do that with. 12?
12 for agility.
Cool. Go ahead. So that is 0. You use 0 modifier for a 12.
Yep.
If you remember, that's how the Borg Cyborg rules work.
Yeah.
You don't actually roll for like a number. You roll to get what your modifier is to your thing. So
Presence.
average agility.
Ooh. 11. That's another 0.
All right. Strength is next.
Ooh. I'm gonna roll again and drop the lowest die on that one. Much better. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Nice. That's a 2.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
Toughness.
That's pretty good.
Hello. Ooh, that's terrible. I'm gonna do that again.
I was gonna say our first squishy character. Are we gonna get somebody with the 1 HP?
No, that's another 15 now. I
Nice,
rolled
all right,
a 1
there you
and
go.
then I rolled a 6. So that's another 2 for toughness. And
All right.
spine.
And this one, so you've used your 246. Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
And I fucking love these dice. That's another 15.
Damn.
Damn.
All right. So we might have our melee character here. Strength and
Let's
toughness are
go!
high, as well as spine. Sweet. And just as a reminder, when you're using your abilities, the way that this works, you roll a d20, you plus or minus whatever your ability score is, and that needs to be higher than the difficulty rating. So various things will have different ability score ratings. Now that you know your strength, you can also calculate your carrying capacity. It's strength plus 8 normal-sized items, so you can carry 10 things. Cool. All right, next person. Who wants to roll next for their abilities?
I can't if no one else is jumping
All right.
at it.
Let's do it.
I was
First
gonna
person to say something.
Not Bane should go next so that we don't upset them.
All right, agility.
Agility. Y'all are gonna see why I DM instead of playing games that are high variance. 'Cause I fucking... Oh shit, maybe not. Maybe it's fine. I was planning on doing a 46 on this one anyway.
Okay.
18.
Hell
Holy
yeah.
shit!
I
Plus
rolled
3.
I rolled 2 6s on the first one and a 1, and then I rolled the fourth d6 and it was a 6. So that's plus
Hell
3.
yeah.
That's what Iwin's doing.
Yep, plus 3.
So
I lo-
good.
I love how I fucking
am-
called me being shit at rolling dice and then rolling 18.
You're just gonna roll all like 3s from this
Yup.
point on.
Yup, 100%. Presence.
This is why we can't have anything nice.
This is exactly why. I tell you what, my Artie dice really wants me to succeed at this game. That
There you
is
go.
going to be 7, 12.
Nice. All right. That is 0 plus
Okay.
0.
Yep. I was like, I think that's just on the precipice of nothing.
Which is good for this
Hey,
game.
yeah.
I mean,
Strength. How strong am I? Fucking hell. I am.
Strong.
This is the best I have ever rolled on anything.
this is gonna really skew my results on playtesting. Y'all are
It's-
gonna be way too strong.
It's just a plus 0.
It's
I
alright.
got
My
an
dice
11.
will probably fix it. Don't stress.
But I'm never prepared to see 6s at character creation, so this is just throwing me off entirely. I'll do toughness, and I'm gonna. Do I accept it? Do I embrace the madness that I just
Yes.
fucking rolled? I'm gonna embrace it, and that's a -2 for toughness.
nice.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
I rolled a 6.
What was it?
I rolled
Oh,
a
no.
6, and then I'll roll 46, drop lowest for spine.
All right.
Okay. That is also just a +0. So I don't actually have that good of a score. I've got a +3 for agility, +0s for everything but toughness, and toughness is a -2.
Awesome.
Nice. It's not bad. It's cool. It's a cool one.
Pretty good.
All right.
Hey.
Who's up next?
All right,
You
I'll
wanna
go.
go?
Yeah. All right. Was it 3d6? And
Yes.
then I can okay. So, 12 for agility, so 0.
Bad.
0. Yep.
Presence. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, actually, and I'm gonna re-roll that one. To be okay. 15.
So that is a 2.
Plus 2.
2.
Nice.
Right. So that I used to re-roll that one. So strength. Oh, fuck yes. 12, 14, 15, 16. 2.
Another +2, yeah.
2 6s and a 4. Toughness. Oh, here we go. There we go. That's where the dice went wrong. 7 minus 1.
Yeah, minus 1. Not terrible. Not as
Yeah,
bad as
not
Matt.
Not as bad as me. I'm in
And then-
danger.
Spine. Oh, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll this one.
I was just have another reroll.
I do. So 8. So
Negative
minus 1.
That was a reroll.
Wow.
Yep.
You
No.
you worked to suck that bad.
Yeah. Incredible. All right, Melissa. Last
All
one.
right. So let's do agility first. I'm gonna re-roll the 1 on this one. Oh, that is so much better. That's an 11, so that is
0.
0. I will take that one. Thank you kindly. Okay, next one is presence. So we already used. Nope. Get rid of 1 Mel. Okay. Oh, that's really good. Presence is. That was a 4. 14, which is a 1. Take that. Okay. Next one. That is strength. I'll leave that. So that's an 8, which is a -1. That's okay. Okay. I'm gonna use. So let me roll the first 3. That is. I'm gonna re-roll the lowest, which is a 2. Oh, that's so much better. That's a 12. So that is a 0. I will happily take that. Thank you very much. Okay, last one is just the 3. That is a 9, which is 0. I'm average. Woohoo!
Hey, average is good.
I will happily
So-
take it.
Not a bad thing. Cool. So those are your abilities. You should have some of an idea now, kind of generally, of what sort of character you're probably going to be playing. If you want, you all can roll real quick 2d6, and that's going to be your amount of coin.
2d6.
2d6
Is that
times
times
10. Yeah.
Times 10,
6.
yes. Sorry.
90.
Nice.
I also got 90.
So 60.
Woo!
30.
All right. So-
the sad 30.
Cool. So, what you start with your 2d6 times 10 coin. Coin being a digital currency that is accessible everywhere.
Is it
it's not
Shibu?
actual coins.
Is it Shiba coin?
it's Dogecoin actually.
Just good.
To the moon. You will at least have a basic spacesuit. We will also roll for armor. You have your HUD, which is your heads-up display. Gives you basic information on the surrounding atmosphere, any messages that you received back on the ship, and a comm link back to the skip that you have. And now we will get into the rest of your items. So we'll start with a D8. So if everybody wants to roll a D8, and we'll go back through the same order that we did. So Taylor, Matt, Haley, Melissa.
Mm-hmm. That's not
That's
D8.
a 1.
1. So you have a
D8.
pair of welding goggles.
Cool. Hang on, this is equipment? No,
Equipment. Yeah.
what? Equipment? Welding goggles.
Do we
Okay.
want to re-roll duplicates? I also rolled a 1.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
re-roll duplicate.
Yeah, reroll.
Even though it's very appropriate for me to have welding goggles, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm happy to reroll.
I got with that D8. Fuck yes, I have a jetpack. I rolled a 7.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Zoom zoom, motherfucker.
Gotta go
Uh,
fast.
Haley,
Roll?
D8. Yep.
Oh. A 3.
That is D4 plus 1, so go ahead and roll D4.
Ooh.
4.
All right, so you have 5 blast packs, which are basically like frag grenades. They're actually, I think I've listed them. They have a different name in the actual item sheet. Blasting caps. Sorry.
Blasting caps.
Lots of derelict mining equipment in this game.
Nice.
All right,
Get
Melissa.
for it.
Okay. I got a 6, which is a can of vodka.
Fuck it. An alcoholic.
yeah, dude.
It's kind of like Four Loko. Alcohol and
Yes.
caffeine. It's a brand called Vocket.
I'm getting
Love it.
drunk tonight. R.I.P.
All right.
All right,
Same thing. D12.
Okay.
Same order.
I knew this was coming up and I did not prepare myself.
I'm not ready.
I
That
did.
one. I fell out of the
I'm
thingy.
ready.
That is a 5. So, rappel cable.
Oh, and a rappel cable, and that's 30 feet.
Wapple cable.
Rappel.
Wapple! It's a Wapple cable!
Wapple cable. Oh, well, I'm ready to go exploring in space.
It's been fun, guys. Thanks.
Don't forget your Wapple cable!
Fuck.
So yeah, 30 feet of rope, basically. Rappel cable.
It
And
says 3 feet.
It does say 30 feet.
reload. I fixed it.
I fixed it.
I fixed it.
3
I'm like,
feet!
3 feet. I'm like, what is okay?
Are we-
Because I saw the
in
3
this,
feet.
we're
I was
actually-
like, oh, it can't be.
We're all
You're actually really
centimeters
tiny,
tall.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Matt?
I rolled a 6, which is 1d4. I got 2 thermite flares.
Hell yeah. Haley?
A 2?
You have a plasma torch.
A plasma torch.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
And Melissa.
All right,
What
let's
is a
see.
plasma torch?
It's like a welding torch. Or a cutting torch.
Mmm.
Did anybody get 7?
No?
Nope.
You have a small vial of quantum compound.
I'm sure that won't kill any of us.
No.
That
I
mixed
wanna-
with
can I
the
taste it?
bucket?
I don't think I should be having these 2 things.
All right, and one more D12 from everyone.
Okay.
Taylor, when you're ready.
That is another 5.
You have a long-range scope.
Cool.
Matt?
I got another 6 for a night vision HUD upgrade.
See in the dark.
Ooh.
Haley, not Taylor.
Haley,
Haley.
I got a 3.
Really?
EMP grenade, D4. So go ahead and roll.
Oh, a D4 now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, that's not listed in there.
Yes, it is.
It
I just
says.
said all electronics in a 10-foot area for
You get,
D4 minutes.
D4 EMP grenades.
Oh, I get D. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to roll how many,
Melissa
how
laughing?
long it lasts
don't know.
now.
What's
2.
happening?
It's for
2.
what I rolled.
Incredible.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
I rolled an 8 of
Yeah.
metal
Yes.
balls.
A bag of strange metal balls.
I love it.
I think I know what my character is. It's the class clown who drinks too much, so I think we're all set.
We're all gonna die
Beautiful.
because of you.
Yeah, and I'm probably
Oh.
the pilot too, because I had really good.
Well, we know I'm the dumbass of the group, so
Yeah, I'm not strong or. Oh wait, no, what?
You're
I'm
strong.
not strong. Wait, I'm strong, but I'm not tough. So there you go. That's a sentence.
You're a glass cannon.
Yeah.
All right. That is that bit. So the next thing is, I think, hit points.
Woohoo.
Or sorry, ripples. So you have a D2. So roll a D4. If it's 1 to 2, you have 1, 2 to, or 3 to 4, 2.
I got 1.
I got 2.
Oh,
What was
I
that
got-
for?
Your ripples.
I rolled a 4, so I
Glitches.
get
Oh,
2.
yeah. So,
Yep.
I rolled a 3, so I get 2.
So yeah, those are your just like the glitches in
Cyborg.
Cyborg or omens in Morkborg. Those
Nice, okay.
are different things. So I don't have these tables in here yet, but if you want, we can roll real quick. Everybody, give me a D20 roll.
Okay.
You're rolling for your home world.
Ooh.
13.
Ooh.
All right. So you are from a planet that experiences half of its year in intense sunlight and the other half in complete darkness. This is all just flavor. It has nothing to actually impact the game.
I love
but-
it.
Oh, cool.
Matt.
Matt?
I got an 8.
So you are a world cracked in two by an apocalypse engine.
Hell yes.
Ooh.
Haley?
I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
You are from a planet with violent storms almost every day. Leaving or arriving requires waiting for a day when the weather is clear or risking your ship to navigate the storm. And Melissa?
I got a 5.
You are from a world of all oceans with massive shark-like creatures that haunt the seas.
Yeah. Sharknado is real.
Yes.
Cool, nice. So yeah, you have homeworlds now. I've got other random tables that are not finished, so we're gonna skip them for now. And it is-
Any other ones?
There's more to roll, yeah. So I guess real quick, one thing to note for viewers, and I said this before, I think maybe Taylor and Haley joined, but in this world, so I guess we'll go with explaining how travel works real quick, because I think it's somewhat important to the lore. So the travel is based on the Lieb's Howler recurrence pattern, a fictional thing made up for this world entirely, in which an engine was built that could travel the distances of space faster than light through some unknown pattern. The pattern you'll hear referred to a lot. That is a reference to the Lieb's Howler recurrence pattern. It's just a thing that's sort of become revered as like a religion, but also is the way that you travel through space using skip drives. The ships that you are on are called skips because of their ability to skip the pattern and end up in different places in space. So the traveling through the skip takes you through Null, which is an area basically outside of the real three-dimensional space that we inhabit. Traveling Null often results in null marks, which are these basically arcane runes that get carved into your skin at some point while traveling Null. Unsure of when they happen, but sometimes you just wake up with one. And certain null marks allow one to access the pattern and grant strange powers and dark consequence, with sometimes dark consequences. None of you rolled null marks on the table, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
damn
am
it.
big sad.
Me
Uh,
too.
We'll figure out a way to get null marks into here. So it is worth noting, everyone actually does have null marks on their skin, just not all of them are giving you powers. Null marks are just a thing that occurs through traveling null by skipping the pattern. So let's go ahead and roll our next thing. We're going to jump into rolling your spacesuits. So give me a d6 roll. Let's go backwards this time. So Melissa, you want to roll first?
Oh god, I'm going first as tribute. We're gonna use my Indian agate dice. Yeet. That's a 1.
So to note this is a d3 roll technically. So
okay.
it'll be 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 or 4 to whatever.
Yeah, so I got a
3 to
1
4,
on the die.
5 to 6. So 1 is going to be just a tier 0. You have just a basic spacesuit. Go ahead and mark down that you have a d4 for your life support die.
Okay.
That's
Basic spacesuit.
another
D4
added mechanic.
Die. Is that where the die part comes in on the bottom with ripples, or? Is...
No,
No.
sorry. So that's your ripple die, which is just a d2 for non-class characters.
Ah.
He said to add the LSD.
Yeah,
to
sorry. I think
the-
you might have missed that.
You might have not been there.
Okay.
In your spacesuit section, you can add LSD or life support die.
Okay, got it.
Great. Haley.
A 5.
So that would be a 3, which is a tier 2 mining rig. It is standard issue for asteroid mining if you can afford it. It gives you a D4 reduction on damage, which I can't remember, Matt, how does that work with armor? in
Every
the
time
sideboard?
you every time you would take damage, you roll the dice if your armor has dice, and it reduces it by that much.
Okay,
There's always an optional rule that some people play with that minimum you always take 1 damage, but because the HP is so wildly low and things can be kind of frazzled, it's part of the intent of the game that sometimes you need big damage to punch through the armor.
Cool. So yeah, so you have that, and then your life support die is a D6.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, and then Matthew,
Ooh.
go ahead and roll a D6.
I got a mining rig as well.
All right, same thing. D4, negative D4 on damage.
Hell
and
yeah.
A D6 for your life support die. And Taylor.
I got a 6.
All right, there you go. Also a mining rig. Damn.
Hell
Everybody's got
yeah.
armor except for Melissa.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
stay on the
This is
ship.
the opposite
Ta-da!
of the last session.
I'm gonna stay on the ship where I'm safe.
Just to put this out there, a 2 a 2 on a D3 would have gotten you a bulletproof vest and a hard pack. It's gonna better than nothing, might stop a bullet. It's a D2, negative D2 damage and a D6 life support. For the next upgrades that you can't achieve through just rolling for your armor, you have a power suit, which is equipped with stasis protocol and regenerative nanobots. It is a negative D6 damage and a D8 life support die. And finally, the tier 4 is an exosuit, stasis protocols, regenerative nanobots, mechanical lifting assistance, not for sale. It's a negative D8 on damage, and then a plus 4 DR on agility test, defense +2, strength and toughness are negative 2 DR, and it is a D8 life support die. Probably not
That's
going to run
dope.
into those, but those exist. Sweet. So I think the next thing is your HP. I think that's our next thing. So HP, just like all the other board games, toughness plus a D8, no less than 1.
Toughness plus
Oh, what do I do?
D8.
Relevant for some
I'm
of
a
us in the
minus
room.
1.
Yeah.
Oh no. The hell did I do
Toughness.
with my D8?
Oh no, I got a 2. I got
So
a
you
1.
have a 1.
What?
Amazing. 1 health. It's a good thing you got armor.
Ooh. I got a
Ooh.
7.
There you go. 7 HP.
Yay!
Or you rolled a 7?
Yes,
Okay, so it's plus your toughness.
Plus your toughness.
which is 0.
There you go. So it's
Oh.
7.
7.
So
Oh, go ahead, Taylor.
I rolled a 6, so I got a 8 HP because I have a +2 to my toughness.
Yep. Matt.
Lovely.
I would have had -1.
Oh
But-
my god!
I rolled a
Amazing.
1 and I have -2 toughness.
I like that we got 2 squishies and two
Two
pretty
tanks.
tough people. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's great. I hesitate to call anyone in this game a tank, just given that anything can and will kill you.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's most of the. That should be everything character creation, right?
I think so.
Because none of you got
Weapons?
Because we didn't get any mutations or
haven't
no
done
mark.
weapons.
Oh,
Yes,
weapons. Yeah.
Good call. Did I add weapons to the table? I believe I did. I did. All right. This is a D12. So we go reverse order again.
D12.
Not putting your dice away because you can never find it.
That's 10. So
You have one badass hand cannon.
woohoo!
Nice. That's well
You stole it from me. I also rolled a 10.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No,
that?
I'm re-rolling. It's fine.
Okay.
Is that me?
Yep.
11.
That is a plasma thrower.
Ooh.
So I have a plasma torch and a plasma thrower.
There you go.
All
Matt,
plasma. I have.
What's the ammo? Is there ammo?
I'll tell you what they all are.
Okay, sorry.
all scat. I got a scatter gun.
Scattergun, nice. Basically a shotgun. There is a table in the notion that I shared that has equipment. Under that is weapons that are for sale. You can find the damage and price of the weapons there as well.
Oh,
And
cool.
Taylor.
I rolled a 10.
So that is another
Another badass hand
badass
cannon.
hand cannon. If you want to reroll, go ahead.
We'll
yeah.
do something different. I'll reroll. That is a 4. Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer. There you go.
Cool. How much does that deal?
That is in the thing.
D8.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
D8.
I don't. It's D8. Cool.
However, it breaks if you roll a 1.
Is that on the damage dice or on a fumble?
Okay.
Fumble.
Oh, so nat 1 it breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On your test.
Is mine just a single thing?
You have a plasma thrower, so it is D4 up to D4 targets. Basically, you have it kind of looks like a how do I describe it? It's kind of like a rifle, but it's got a really wide barrel, and it flings balls of plasma in like a spray. So it does D4 if it hits, and you can hit up to 4 targets.
I'm just imagining
Cool.
like the slime cannon from Ratchet and Clank. I forget
Kinda.
which game it
Yes.
is, but yeah.
Yep, kinda. Cool. So,
Sorry, what was the sledgehammer? Was that a D8?
Yes. D8.
Or was it D8? Cool. Sorry.
Ooh, since we are playtesting, I just
Okay.
noticed
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Scattergun and one badass hand cannon are mechanically identical. They both do a D8. They're just different costs. Would it make sense for Scattergun to do D8 to D2 targets?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
That makes sense. Let's try it. Cool. And yep. So scattergun is basically a shotgun with like whatever you can find to put in it.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Load up the junk cannon.
Roadhog, Overwatch.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
All the game references. Let's go.
Yeah.
So weapons.
Is ammo done the same way that it is in Cyborg?
Yes.
Okay.
Which do you want to explain that? Because it's
Sure.
been a second since I read it. And you-
So for initial magazines, I think we each get a D4, and that's basically how many abstract units of ammo you have for your weapon. Anytime you fire them during combat, after the combat is done, you will roll a D8. If it's a 3 or less, you've used up one piece of ammunition, a magazine, a clip, or whatever. If you do any auto fire, I don't know if there's any auto fire in here, but if you have an auto fire weapon, you'd roll a lower dice against that. But it would basically be, yes, there is slug rifle, D8A.
It does have an A after it. It does not actually. It is not actually a auto fire.
Whoops.
I think I accidentally put that in there.
Pay no attention to the man behind the plastic mask.
So is that
And-
then the case with the hand cannon?
Yes. So the hand
Okay.
cannon is basically just like a massive handgun.
So roll a
Yeah.
D4 for our ammo. For our
Yep.
Yeah, I
actually,
rolled
it's
one.
ammo.
I'm fucking cursed.
But so to your playtesting this Matt thing, the scattergun I'm gonna say can be loaded with random scrap that you find around you. and if it is loaded with scrap,
Breaks on a
you-
fumble.
Breaks on a fumble. Yep.
I love that.
I don't have any ammo. I'm just a melee. Why am I always the melee?
You've
Uh,
typecast yourself.
Yeah.
I really have.
Cool.
I mean to.
So that should be.
Do we get to roll for a skip now?
Yeah. So now it's time to make your ship.
It's a team ship?
Yep. You will all
Yes.
be on the skip. So the way that this works, you have a skip. You are not the only people on it. You also have a crew.
I
But
thought we
you
were
are
the crew.
the main characters, so you are part of the crew. But your skip
Part of the
requires
skip,
more than
part of the
just
crew.
yeah. Exactly.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of null marks and mutation things then and might
Okay.
just use that as the ship spot.
Cool. Yeah. If you want to track that, that would be cool. So let me also pull up. I've got a little session note thing here, so that I can also put in the skip. Cool. All right. So creating a skip. All crews start with a skip, a simple ship capable of subluminal travel and skipping the pattern. All skips have some kind of weapon system. If you're lucky, your guns will even work when you need them to. So there are ship abilities. We can decide how you want to roll these. You can have one person roll all of them. You can each roll one. There are 5 ship abilities. It's the same thing. It's a D3 or it's 3d6, 4d6 -1, or drop the lowest on 2 abilities that you can decide yourselves.
Right?
So
Should we go around
Sure.
you want
and
Yeah,
then
let's go
but should we vote on
When
who
to use
wants
the
to do-
46?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Sure. So your abilities, just real quick, are agility, similar to your character. That is how maneuverable is your ship. You have punch, which is how strong are your ship's guns. Drive, which is how fast is your ship. Stand, which is how tough is your ship. And radar, how powerful is your ship's detection gear. And that has to do with basically the way that radar works is within your radar, no lower than 1. You can detect out to that range. So if you in a hex grid around you. So if you have a 3 in radar, you can detect up to 3 tiles away to hit with a weapon.
Okay.
So yeah, who wants to go first? Do we want to switch up the order?
Sure.
All right,
I'll go first.
go for it.
Okay. Okay. Let's move that. No, get back in the tray. Do this one. All right, that's not bad. I gotta look up. That's actually not half bad. It would be a +1 right now. So I feel like we should save the 4th roll for something maybe a little more. So if
Yeah.
that's okay for agility, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep that then. So it's a +1
happy
for
with that.
agility for the ship.
Cool. Next is punch. I'll roll D6, D6, D6. Punch. How strong are your ship's guns? All right. Oh, okay. 14. So it's a +1. We
That's
could
not bad.
re-roll, but we could do +1.
We can do +1.
Yeah,
think +1's
would be
fine.
good.
Cool. Done.
Cool.
Do you want to do drive, Matt?
Sure, I can do drive. How fast is your
fast?
ship?
Fast
Ah.
is a good one.
Mm.
Ooh. My lowest dice is a 3. So.
That's a good roll.
10, 13. It would be a +1.
Yeah, let's keep that. Then then for stand and radar, let's just use the 4. So
Yeah.
Taylor.
Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, I feel like radar is probably going to be hella important.
Yeah.
So Taylor, do you want to roll?
What was
stand?
drive? +1.
+1. We've got +1 on everything so far.
Yeah, cool.
Taylor,
Taylor,
how
you
tough?
do
I can.
stand.
I'll roll stand.
And just re-roll the lowest.
Yeah, that was not great.
So it's a good thing we saved him.
So that's 11.
11
Zero.
is 0. That's
Zero.
okay though. That's fine.
Hey, not a minus.
No, it's not a
Well, it was a
minus.
1. It was a
All right.
1, and it became a 4.
Good.
Conlon, You
Nah,
get to do. You
Why
get to
don't you
roll out
each roll
radar.
a d6?
Oh,
for
we'll
your
each roll a
radar.
d6. Yeah, 'cause it's
Oh,
four.
okay, and we'll take the highest.
Nice.
That way you
Cool.
can't blame me when I roll super low.
Okay.
I'm helping the
Six.
team. I got a 6
I got
as
a
well.
4.
I had a 2, so I'm very glad you guys got
There we go.
higher.
Nice.
So
That's an
16.
18.
16.
I can't math. Fuck.
So
So
that's
plus
plus 2
two.
to radar.
Plus
so you can
two.
hit up
Nice.
to 2 away from you.
Hell
Actually,
yes.
for all of the stats, like to be the highest, I'm super glad it's the radar one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your crew is basically just AI. They exist on your ship. They're people. They're not really that important. There is
Okay.
a concept of specialty crew. You won't have any currently, but if you gather specialty crew on your like missions or through whatever, they give you bonuses to ship combat usually. But we can go ahead. There are 4 more things to roll. So who wants to roll cargo? This is the number of cargo slots that your ship has.
I'll roll cargo.
Sure.
Go for
My D8
Oh.
has been temperamental,
Go,
so
Taylor.
I will not roll this one.
Ooh. 6. That
6.
fell
All
out of
right,
my
6
tray,
cargo
but
slots.
I hope someone else is keeping track of this because I do not have the space on my paper.
Yep.
What was
I
it?
got it.
I got it.
Cargo?
6.
6 cargo slots. Yep.
Yeah, I've got
Hull-
everything down.
Hull points.
Amazing.
So, real
Hull
quick
points.
explanation of how
Hit points.
hit points work for ships. You have hull, armor, and shields. Your hull, once your hull is depleted, your ship is dead.
Okay.
Your armor takes damage next, and then shields are your first line of defense. So something hits your shields, it does damage to your shields. Once your shields are down, it does damage to your armor. Once your armor is down, it does damage to your hull.
Okay.
Once the
In
hull is
combat-
down, we're all dead.
We're all
Mhm.
fucked.
Yeah,
Got it.
then you roll on the
Spit into space.
Yep.
negative hull points table, which is a fun one.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
So we can go ahead and roll hull points. That is your stand plus a d8. It is never less than 1. You already have a 1 on stand, so. I
No, we
think
got a
right.
0
A 0
on
okay,
stand.
So
Who feels confident?
What is it? A D8?
D8.
Okay,
D8.
I feel confident on a D8. Let's do this.
Go.
You're gonna do it? Okay, go, go,
Oh, a
go.
5.
there you
There we go.
Hey.
5 hull points.
Okay. All is 5. Armor is a
Armor.
fuck.
D6.
D6. D6. Okay. Did you want to do it, Matt, or did you want me to?
You do it.
Me? Okay, let's try it on my malachite dice. Yeet.
It's the 1. Yep.
All
Alright.
right, armor points. 1.
All
We
right,
have
shield.
Armor.
Come on, shield.
D4 for shield.
Shield.
4.
All right.
Thank
Oh,
God.
there we go.
Fun fact there. Shields can be 0. You can have a ship with no shields.
Yep.
So.
Oh well. Oh boy.
Jesus
Oh boy.
Christ. Okay, so
Oh, gosh.
1, I contributed a lot to this, and then 4.
Yeah, good job. Thanks. Nah.
Hey, this makes sense with the agility, punch, and drive being high.
Yeah.
We don't
Yes.
have a lot of
And
armor on the
actually,
ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a lightweight little frigate.
And to we'll get into skip combat at some point. Hopefully, if there is actually skip combat in one of these games. But for reference, your hull points, you basically each of you during a round of combat in a skip will be able to take an action. One person will be dictated as the captain. The captain can move the ship. Then there are crew actions. So everyone that is the non-PCs that are the crew can move this or can do one of the crew actions. One of the crew actions is repair, which
Okay.
repairs the hull of your ship. If you go a round without taking damage, your shield regenerates.
Okay.
Ooh.
Armor cannot be regenerated until you are back at a station with repair capabilities.
Okay.
So
Okay, so then for
I love
clarity,
that. That's
if the
really
armor
cool.
if the armor goes,
It's
gone from
gone.
the battle, but we can rebuild it if we get to a port or something. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
And we can
Yeah.
fix the hull.
in combat, you can fix the hull.
Got it. Okay.
But it will take a crew action. And the way that it works, each PC has a crew action, except for the captain, and then you have 2 additional crew actions every round for like the rest of your.
Yes.
your
Sweet.
And
okay.
say we fix the hull, get it back up to 5 points. Even if we don't have the armor up, will the shields regenerate then if we
Yes.
stop
So
taking?
shields will always regenerate if you stop taking damage, even if you don't repair the hull. You don't have to get the hull back
Oh.
up. Just don't take damage for a round, and your
Yeah.
shields will regenerate.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's at a roll for the like amount that they regenerate.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. So that is the sort of basics of your skip. Can look like whatever you want it to look like. You can define it as however. Eventually there will be tables for, defining what your ship looks like, but I haven't written those yet, so it's fun. Real quick, quick explanation, I guess, of skip combat outside of just the other things. I'm not going to go through all of the crew actions, but basically what happens. So at 0 hull, similar to a 0 HP, you are incapacitated, your ship can't move in combat, and it can't take actions. The only action that can be taken is the repair action. At negative hull, so if you go below your hull points, you begin to roll at the beginning of that ship's turn for what happens. On a 1, nothing happens. Congratulations, you didn't explode. On a 2, there is a fire in the ship. D4 crew take D4 damage. And that will not be to you, that is to your ship's crew. If your ship ever has less than 50% of its crew, you're reduced to 1 crew action per turn.
Okay.
Fun
Bad
stuff
things
there.
happen.
Yep. On a 3, there's a small explosion on the ship. All aboard take D6 damage. On a 4, there's a large explosion on the ship. All aboard take D6 damage and roll on the life support table. On a 5, the skip drive is damaged, and your skip experiences total destruction in D4 rounds. And on a 6, it is total destruction. All aboard die instantly, and most cargo is destroyed.
Hey, you know what's great about only having 1 hit point? 4 of those options where you just die.
Yep.
Enjoy.
We got this. Right?
Yeah.
So we're also gonna roll backup characters for this, right? Colin?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll backups if you need them. We'll see what happens. So in a round of combat, in a skip, the captain can use their action to move the skip and turn it. It's all based in a hex. That's why you have that Owlbear Rodeo, just for the record. That's ship combat. The non-captain PCs take 1 crew action. You can take up to an additional 2 crew actions. And a ship that has not taken damage regenerates D2 shields per turn. Every turn that it doesn't take damage, basically. If it
Nice.
has shields. If it doesn't, good luck.
If it's, yeah.
Cool. So that is the basics of ship combat, or skip combat, I should say. Skips are the names of the ships.
Skip ship.
Skip ship. I think we're good to go. You all ready to gaze into the dying light?
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Ooh.
All right. So, I don't. You all have everything you need for your characters. Anything else? Any
You
questions?
want-
before we start?
Like,
It says
so
null
everyone-
marks?
make sure if everyone like picks a name and stuff.
Yeah, you'll need a
Yeah.
name.
Yep.
Are the
Yep.
null marks anything?
They're your powers.
We
but
didn't
no one's
get
rolled
any.
for
We didn't
them,
get any.
So
Okay.
We're not cool enough.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yes. Which means we also don't have mutations because we rolled for them if we got something else.
Yeah.
If
But
you
none of
get
us
it-
got that.
Yeah, if you get it, when every null mark that has a power comes with a mutation as well.
Ooh.
All right. So, I guess we'll do this. We'll use the solar system generation tables real quick to figure out where y'all are starting. And I'll go ahead and roll these. So a d6. Hell yes. So can someone make a note? That's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then skip literally everything else. A 4,
Okay.
and I need.
This is the definition of slipping into madness. We're just writing numbers down.
slipping
We have
into
no
madness.
idea what's
Okay,
happening.
So, on a 5, the system that you are in has succumbed to entropy. There are no stars. There are planetoids, but they are all dead worlds. There are 4 worlds in this space. Some of them have asteroids on them. Some of them have weak atmospheres, but nothing breathable. Might be like sodium or hydrogen, something like that, being held just by the planet's gravity itself. But there is no star in this system. Only a husk, essentially, of a star around which the rest of the things rotate. So welcome to Scourgeborg. I'm so glad that I rolled a no star system for the first one.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And
Uh,
what was the 4?
The
How many
four
planets?
worlds.
4 planets. So you are on. You are on the Nebula Citadel, a station orbiting again this dead star. All stations are essentially the same. They have basic resources, hangars. You know, the names and people there might change, but for the most part, what you find there is the same old, same old. And you are also, I guess, sorry, I have to go through all of my notes very poorly here. So you are within the brink. So the map of Scourgeborg has a few different locations. The first being in the middle is the mist. Stardust spinning into infinity at the speed of light. It is not a place for living things. There is then the core, which is the sort of next ring inside the ring outside of the mists. The core, green grass and blue water come at a premium. That is the sort of richest of the rich, the god pharaohs of the space capitalism world live in the core. It's some of the only places within the systems that have truly habitable Earth-like planets. There's then the ring. This is where most of the other planets exist. So colonized, sometimes terraformed planets. Luxury here is rare. Outside of that is the Forge, ever-darkening stellar forges, atomic forges producing new material from dying stars. Then where you are, the brink, the lawless edge of space. The pattern is loose here. There are also 2 other spaces. Null, which is the space between space, is the folds of the pattern. And outside, the pattern devolves into chaos outside the system. Skip drives will not work in outside. The pattern only works within the galaxy that you are in, and the system that is called the span. So, as
That's
I said,
terrifying.
yeah, you are
There's an outside.
outside.
Why are we inside somewhere?
All galaxies have something outside of them. It's just a question as to whether or not the rest of the universe has already fallen into entropic chaos or not. Your big question: what is outside?
Haley's
Dying
slow blink
galaxy.
there was completely appropriate.
Couple last points here, since you are about to become skip pilots. You have a faster than light drive. That is your skip drive. Like I said earlier, it's based on the Leaves Howler recurrence pattern, or the pattern. It allows one to travel through the system at near instantaneous speeds. Skipping the pattern sends one through null, the space between spaces. While equations for skipping are well known to anyone interested enough to look at them, null travel is still a complete mystery. Frequent travel through null results in null marks, arcane runes etched into the skin. Certain null marks allow one to access the pattern, granting strange powers with dark consequences. You then have subluminal travel, which is your space usually within the solar system that you're in. That allows you to travel at sublight speeds, basically just thruster travel. Most intra-system travel happens with your subluminal drive. You then have atmo travel, which is within the atmosphere of a planet that has atmosphere. You have to use your atmo thrusters. It's basically like the no wake zones if you've ever been on a boat. Just don't blow up the atmosphere with your sublight thrusters or by skipping the pattern next to a massive gravity well. Skipping the pattern next to a massive gravity well will not end well for you or anyone else. And
So we're doing that.
Yep.
you have access within your ship to an Ansible, which is a communication device that allows instantaneous communication between any points in space. So you have one on your ship. There would be one on any like major planet, colony, or station would have an Ansible as well. So communication is instantaneous and can happen basically at any time from anywhere. So just so you know. And then we'll go real quick. Rule 0, similar to the Rule 0 in Cyborg. Player character is loyal to themselves first and their crew second. They are not loyal to the cops, the military, an industry, or a specific planet. The last vestiges of capitalism cling like a parasite to a dying galaxy. You might have to participate in the system now and then, but the system is enemy number 1. All right. Do you guys want, just real quick, there's 3 principles that sort of build into the world here. Okay, so first off, entropy consumes all. The galaxy is dying. The stars burn out one by one as entropy consumes the universe. 2, we are alone. While alien life does exist, there's been no evidence that any intelligent life still exists in the galaxy. And 3, the pattern is not your friend. The pattern is a mathematical equation and a universal truth. It does not play favorites, and it cannot save you. Welcome to the span. So,
Cool.
you all start having known each other. We're gonna skip introductions here. You know each other. We can go ahead and, as we introduce each of your characters, we will like get your names, and if you want to give a little description of what you look like, we can do that as well. But you are on a station looking for the next job to get you to the next station, to get you to whatever end you want. So let's go ahead. We will start with Matt. You want to give us your character name, and what are you doing? What are you doing in the station? What's your current objective?
One more time. What is the station that we're on? We're not on our ship right now. We're on a station.
Yep. It is, I think I said the Nebula
Nebula
Citadel.
Citadel. Yep.
And as I said, things have names. Nobody really gives a shit. Everything's recorded by its jump coordinates. That's how you get places. There's probably infinite numbers of Nebula Citadels out there in the galaxy.
Bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The silent sneeze. My character is named Mole. Mole is very much enjoys tight spaces. Likes to wear bundles of stuff all over, is completely wrapped, does not like to be observed or seen by sentient beings, and instead prefers the claustrophobic space between hull and armor and internals of a ship, just working on things and fixing stuff. Yeah, and is probably in this little citadel, finding some place to curl up and wait it out until they can get back into the comfort of a ship.
Your skip is in the Citadel, so
Okay.
if you would be just, tinkering or whatever within the skip.
I will be Kaylee, the troglodyte version of Kayleeing underneath the engine and basking
Perfect.
in the warmth of the skip drive.
All right. Melissa, give us your character name and what are you doing, and a little description.
So my character is Aurora Seaver. She came from all ocean planet, so she is very much someone who has like very light shirts and light pants and is just, someone who kind of toughs it out since you're out in the ocean the whole time. She's a little bit more like business forward, so she's someone who would be, I think, more of like the pilot out of everybody, not really being strong in a militaristic or like strength feat, but she knows her way around a ship. And she's like a little bit leaner and like just has like tan skin from being out in the sun for so many years on her home planet, and like somewhat has highlights in her dark hair from the suns. And I think she's kind of doing an inventory right now of the ship to see like if anything needs to be purchased or like restocked, see what the status is of everything. Just making sure like the ship is all set for whatever job we take in next. So
Cool. Go ahead. Haley, you want to tell us your character
Um,
name and
yeah.
description and everything?
So this is Tilda, and she is kind of a bit of a I don't even know how to explain it. I can't think of the right word. A bit of a princess in a way. She has always kind of she grew up on a stormy planet, very dangerous torrential storms. So a lot of their people spent time inside underground tunnel systems and whatnot. So there wasn't a lot of time to get great constitution, toughness, survival experience during that time. But she had a lot of time to herself and a lot of time with other people. So she loves to talk to other people, find out their information, what's going on with them, what makes them go. And in that regard, there was a lot of arm wrestling and stuff like that. So she can do and just what is it? Tossing games, other indoor games. So she's pretty good at those types of things. So she can throw a ball, she can arm wrestle, but she's pretty frail otherwise. She's had like most of her life provided for her, so she doesn't need to really do much else in that regard. I reckon she would have probably gotten off of that planet. Someone else got her off that planet, and since then she's kind of stumbled her way around to this crew. I feel like they've probably grabbed onto her, and she is currently standing on the Citadel looking around for other people and what information she can learn from them.
Muted. Perfect. Yes, I was muted. Thank you. We'll do Taylor's introduction here. If you are interested, I forgot I have a desires table. If you'd like to roll for what your character is
Yes.
wanting.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'll do that real quick, and then Taylor, you can do your introduction. So.
Oh no, do Taylor's introduction,
Okay,
and then we'll all
Taylor,
do our desires.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
A character, her name is Grace. She's sort of wearing, I don't even know how to describe it. Sort of very sci-fi piratey. So she's got like the pirate blouse with a techno corset. So like the corset and all of her accessories are very futuristic, but the clothing itself is very fantasy. It's a weird mixture. Short hair on one side and then sort of like the long pixie cut on the other. It's bright purple. Has an air of authority and likes to pretend she knows what's going on, but she's absolutely clueless. She's a big softie at heart, but she has a very, very rough exterior. She would be probably just walking around the ship and basically micromanaging while trying to avoid her own responsibilities because she's got no clue what they are.
Who do we nominate as the captain? Taylor, right?
Probably.
I think Taylor's the captain. I think
I should actually put myself in that, didn't
I
I?
think you just literally walked yourself straight into that one.
Yep.
I did.
Hell yeah. All right.
Okie dokie.
Cool. So yeah, let's then go ahead and do the desires table real quick. So give me a D12 roll.
D12.
The best dice.
Is it? Why?
I just like the D12.
Because it looks like candy.
It's so little used. Only barbarians use
Oh,
it
wow.
really in D&D.
4.
Mhm.
All right.
Say
This works for what your character was. So 4, your desire is to perceive the pattern in full.
Ooh.
Nice.
Whatever that
Yeah, I
means.
guess so.
Melissa,
I got a 3.
3. A way out.
Fuck, that's dark.
Fuck.
Whatever you want to take it as. That's up to you.
You're coming with me through the pattern.
I don't know
Matt?
if I want that out.
Matt.
I have a 6.
You got the darkest one. the end of all things.
Yes.
Oh, I love it for you though.
Taylor.
Little hermit. So Matt's going to convince Mel to blow everything up.
Mhm.
And I got a 12.
Freedom.
Ooh.
It's a very
That's
captainy,
That's
very
it's a
very
captainy
captainy
desire.
thing.
Wow,
Yeah.
what has happened?
Perfect.
The dice
You will
decide.
into existence. You are captain now.
Yes.
I am the captain now.
You are the captain now.
Somehow
Uh,
she stumbled into that position, has no idea how, and is just going with it. She's got
So-
no clue.
It's worth noting within a skip, it is sort of like space communism. You're not like, it's not like a pirate ship where like the captain, you know, is in charge of everything all the time kind of thing. It's like you are the person who is in charge of moving the ship when the ship needs to be moved kind of thing.
Okay.
Same as anybody else's role. Like if you're good with the engines, you help fix the engines. If you're good at piloting, you pilot. It's a fully automated luxury space communism, but not luxury, not fully automated,
Nope.
and painful.
Nice.
Cool.
But
All
the
right.
idea of it, anyway.
Yeah. Taylor, what was your character's name?
Grace.
Grace. Okay.
Oh yeah, I need to get everyone's names.
So we got Matt playing Mole.
Yep.
Mole.
Love the name.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Melissa playing Aurora.
Aurora. Yep.
Haley is Tilda, as in Swinton. And then Taylor is Grace.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Cool. Welcome to the station, everybody. You know where you are. You know what you're doing. Who wants to do something? Well, what's your plan here?
I think since both Mole and Aurora are both on the ship, I think I'm gonna like try and figure out where Mole is. I'm gonna like listen to the walls to hear if there's like scratching or anything to try and locate where they are. And then I'm just gonna kind of like knock on the metal to try and grab their attention because I figure they're gonna be like busy tinkering with something.
I'm just gonna
Mole!
drop. I'm just dropping down from the ceiling, like hanging with my legs over a bar.
Why?
Look, I'm trying to do inventory for the ship before we get our next lead. Do you need anything?
Spanners.
Spanners?
Fuel.
Alright. Fuel. Spinners.
No, spanners.
Spanners.
Spanners would be
You
good
mean
too.
stoners?
No, not spawners.
Spawners.
He's boners.
Fuel. Spanners. What few marbles I have left.
You don't need those.
I need at least some in order to pilot the ship, Mole.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any idea where the others are?
No. They're not on the walls.
No, only you are in the walls, Mole.
That's what you think.
Mhm.
I for
Well.
sure sometimes get in the walls with Mole.
Much to his displeasure.
Yes, much to his displeasure.
Look, Tilda hasn't been in the walls with you for at least a few weeks. You've been able to enjoy at least some peace and quiet, I imagine.
Zelda's fine. She understands the squeeze.
Well, at least somebody can bond with you over that. Okay. I think that's everything on the list, though. I was just kind of hoping that I'd be able to get Grace and Tilda to contribute to this list, but I haven't been able to find them anywhere.
I can find them.
If you can find them, I don't know or don't care how you're going to be able to do it, Mole, but go ahead, because we need a full list before we take off next.
I don't actually know if I can. I'm bored.
You have communication devices.
That's not to say it was finding someone.
That's true. You could ask them where they are.
Yeah, Mole, can you just, like, take care of that for me really
Sure.
quickly? Thank you.
Probably Grace around this time walks around the corner and is like, "Oh, Aurora, you've done inventory. I need that inventory done."
I found Grace.
I didn't see. Thanks, Mole.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So far, the only thing that we need right now is just fuels and spanners for Mole, but I haven't been able to find Tilda. Unless you needed something else, Captain.
No, carry on. Do inventory. You're fine. I'll go look for Tilda.
Okay.
That's my job.
Then you go. I'll go take care of the fucking fuel and spanners thing. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna walk out. I'm just like completely discombobulated at this point.
Mole just folds back up into the ceiling, and you hear the.
Oh my god.
I'll use the our communication devices and Tilda, where are you?
I was gonna ask that.
Sorry.
Well, I did it faster.
Speed isn't everything.
Sorry. This is terrible. I'm terrible.
Miriam.
We barely land. We're always in the we don't get to talk to anybody. I'm enjoying what time I have outside the ship. Why? What do you need?
Oh, I don't need anything. Aurora was looking for you.
Where are you?
I'm just outside.
That's big space. Where? In outside.
I ping my map location to Mole and the captain. Captain Grace. I'm here. You can see in live updates as I jump from one side of the road to the other side of the road.
Yeah, and you see sort of down in the bottom left of your HUD for everyone is sort of like a 3D representation of the station that you're on. It shows the hangar that your ship is in. It shows anybody that has given you access to view their location. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sharing my location, so y'all don't lose me. If you need me back, just yell.
Aurora gets the equivalent of a text from Mole that just says, "I found her."
and the only thing I'm gonna see when I read it is Mole's voice in my head. It's just gonna be like, God damn it.
You probably also, because I imagine it's like one of those settings where it's just like either share location on or share location off, and I've got it set up to my favorite contacts, so you already get the note. So when you say founder, you also see that my location has been updated to you too.
Alright, I'll go try and find Tilda. I'll hang out with her a bit so that she could still be outside. I have to get some of the stuff anyway.
How
I'll
soon
just
we
say that
leaving?
in the intercom. I mean, this is more just to be prepped than anything else. I don't think we have anything set up as of yet. It's just a matter of finding another job.
I won't turn the engines on then.
and as you say, it's just a matter of finding another job. You actually see all of you down in the little corner of your HUD. Boop, boop. A notification appears in the like public bulletin board of this station.
I found a job.
Good work, Mole. I knew you could do it.
Pulling it up, you see someone reaching out. A distress call has been received from a space station. Strangely, that specific station went missing decades ago. The station was conducting scientific research on new techniques for growing food in zero-gravity hydroponics. You kind of all infer, based on the bulletin, that sort of research could be worth a lot of money in spacefaring society. Being able to grow food in low gravity would be good. The poster of the bulletin is willing to pay for any research that you can find and bring back. You also notice that this is an open job. It has gone out to everyone in the station. And so you can assume that if you don't pick it up, someone else probably will.
Is it like one of those accept job on the spots or show up somewhere?
There is a number, a communication number with call when you have information, basically.
Cool. Tilda immediately deletes the pop-up that just came up on her phone. What's that? And is there food? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Anything, I mean, anything. It's all made out of the same nutrient slop, but you can theoretically find an approximation of any flavor that exists in the galaxy. But it is all...
I want to find a flavor of I can get any flavor from just anything.
Yeah.
Ah,
The texture is going to be just slop,
yeah, the
but-
same. Yeah. I want to get one of everyone's favorite flavor. I'm doing a coffee run.
yeah.
But
The intern. The ship intern. Out
yes,
getting
that's
coffee.
exactly what it is. She's doing a coffee run.
Love that.
So whatever everyone's favorite flavor is, think about that for when I bring it back to you. Hand it over so you can tell me.
Cool. So everyone, well, I guess Aurora, you are out trying to you're refueling the ship, getting the things. You managed to find everything you need. Basically the way that the ship fees work is you pay like a monthly subscription fee essentially to have like a ship in the system, and that handles your fuel. Most travel doesn't actually require fuel. Thrusters and skip drives are non-fuel based. It's just Atmo that takes actual fuel. So you don't have to do a ton of refuel. You get stocked up. You get all the things you need. We're not going to roll for how much you spend for that right now.
Okay.
And is everyone headed back to the ship?
Yes.
Great. So as you are all back on the ship, I'm assuming on the bridge of the ship, you've got sort of the bulletin pulled up, and that is where we're going to cut for a break real quick. And we will be back in 10 minutes to see what happens with the derelict station that's been missing for decades.
Exciting.
Stay tuned.
I think I
Get
need
your bathroom
my
snacks or
support.
potatoes.
Yep. Get your support potatoes.
Green
Get your
screen does
bathroom
not work.
potatoes.
No, it doesn't.
Get your support potatoes.
Welcome back. What happens when we drop a joke right before and roll right into it. It's great. Very professional. We've done this like once or twice.
Yeah,
Every stream.
Cool.
occasionally.
Once or twice every stream.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, we are running a playtest of a space-based Borg compatible system called Scourge Borg. We've basically this stream have just rolled characters, introduced the characters, and we are now jumping into the world of the Scourge Borg.
Haley's handmade character sheet.
It's great. Cool. So, yeah, y'all have gathered around the main ship terminal. You've got the job sort of pulled up, and yeah, darkness.
I didn't have anything to contribute. I just have a sign that says "Help me."
That honestly is very
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah.
It's funny you
tracks.
think anyone will be able to help you. Cool. All right. Well, what y'all doing? Welcome back. You're in the ship. Where are you going? What's you doing? What's the plan?
So the number that you mentioned was on the posting. It's to call when we find something out, not necessarily to like check in on the job, right?
Yep.
Okay. I think like I'd imagine that in like the pilot seat there'd be like a huge screen or something for like everyone to get a view. So I'll just like pull up the bulletin, assuming that everybody else would be in like the cockpit of the skip, just so that we could kind of get a general idea.
And seeing as Tilda is always talking to absolutely everybody that she comes across, has she heard any rumors as to the locations of this place?
You do notice on the bulletin there is information about where the distress beacon came from.
Okay.
So you can
So
go check.
everyone is just going to go there, or maybe people won't just ignore it.
So skips are fairly rare. Most people don't travel space outside of just being in the station that they're in. Some stations have skips, especially like luxury stations have skip drives, which allow them to like move within various. It's kind of like a cruise. They can jump between nice planets in the core. But most people don't leave the station that they live on or the world that they live on. Skips are relatively rare. You do know that like there's probably 2 or 3 other privateer style skips in this station with you right now.
Okay. Oh, all right. That's fine then. We just go.
Yeah, I would have sent out something. All crew members, return to the ship. We have a job.
She's so cheerful.
Just. Yep. Head back. And I hand everyone their mush. Their mush
Nutrient slop.
coffees. Their nutrient slop. I got peppermint for Grace. I got
You remembered.
always. Pineapple for Aurora.
Thanks.
I've got coconut and pennies for Mole.
Oh, good, they had it.
Yeah, always. They never miss a button.
Did you get any for
They were
yourself though?
Yeah. Just vanilla with sprinkles. My favorite.
So you notice the nutrient slop is essentially the consistency of like a really thick and grainy milkshake. It's
My.
not a good texture for sure, but it does taste good if texture and taste can be separated.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, you have the coordinates. You are cleared to leave the station.
Let's go.
Cool. The crew's returned as well. You've got
Let's go party.
your ship probably has like 10 other crew members. Around that many. So just general crew. You've got some like the people that man all the stations and think not Star Wars. What's the other? Star Trek. There we go. Star Trek. You know how there's just like background characters in Star Trek,
Yeah.
and then you got your main. Yeah, that's you got background characters.
Okay.
And they're just shuffling around, making things go.
Yep. So, ship is good to launch.
Cool.
Okay.
Everyone's on board.
Everyone's on board.
When
Sounds
Mole
good then.
grabbed the slop, it's one of the few times that like their arms leave far enough for their like skin to show, and you notice that their skin, their whole physique is like emaciated, and their skin is actually slightly translucent.
Ooh,
Wow.
very cool.
All
I
right.
already got the coordinates of the skip drive.
All right, well, let's punch him in and get the hell off of this boat. All right, so with that, I'll start like warming up the engines and stuff, and like flipping buttons and switches so that we can slowly, gradually get up and then start cruising out.
Do we need
Cool.
to be seat belted in? Is that a thing, or is it just like
That's up to you.
how does it move?
It's
Yes.
a DYOS, do your own shit sort of ship.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
is skipping like the jump gates in Guardians of the Galaxy, or is it like the impulse drive in The Expanse, or is it
So-
like get
Are
strapped
we
in
gonna
and
get
juiced
roller
up?
coasted? Yes. Are we gonna get roller coasted, or is this a casual cruise?
All right. So,
Strap myself in.
Why did you Baja blast the word cruise?
You're welcome. Because I can.
Oh, Baja blast.
so as your ship leaves the hangar, the artificial gravity in the hangar shuts off. You have basically small thrusters, gets you into the air and out of the hangar doors. In space, you have to burn just enough subluminal to get away from the station. You can't jump near gravity wells. But once you have reached a suitable distance for your skip jump, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, you engage the skip drive, and you notice basically the space outside of your windshield, whatever you call the shield. What if blanking on words?
View screen.
Yeah, your ship viewport. The system that you are in, you see sort of condenses into a single point of light, and amongst the infinite multitudes of the infinite recursion, you see the pattern spread out before you. Pinpoints of light marking each of the destinations that are available to you as gravity wells throughout the system. And the skip drive engages. You catch it's not like a car speeding up, it is more of a jolt to the system as the skip fully engages. And it's not really clear if you move or space moves around you, or you simply start in one place and appear in another. But having skipped the pattern, you arrive in another system. In this system, you find. Let's go ahead and roll the system chart again, real quick. So.
Does anyone else's bones tickle?
Every time.
So in this system is a cool. So there's a single star that makes up this planetary system. It is a orange protostar, basically the beginnings of a star that have not quite reached full starhood yet. There are
Baby star.
Baby.
8 sort of planetoid things that have started to sort of revolve around this. Again, this is looks like a fairly new star system, like solar system here. Things are springing up still. The galaxy is dying, but matter condenses and creates stars. Like it continues for a while until entropy consumes all things. And so this is a fairly new system. There's not a lot here. However, you do get a ping on your radar for the station that you are looking for, the derelict station that seems to be defined by this bulletin.
And it's been missing for how long?
Decades.
What was it called? The derelict.
Just a derelict station. It doesn't actually have a name that you know of. again, all things probably have some kind of name, but nothing matters.
Seeing the star come through the view screen, Mole brings down some glasses, like, I hate light.
Well, make sure you're all covered, bud, because we got a long way to go.
Actually, I think we're here.
Yes, Captain, we're here.
So let's find a safe place to dock, and let's go find this research station.
That's actually a good point, though, since we blipped into existence into this new system. Can we see the station and how far it is, or?
So I mean, you can burn to get close enough to see it. You burn your subliminal within the system. You can get within, however, if you want to stay a little bit away, so you can get within viewing range, basically, knowing where it is without any.
Okay, and from like an initial look, is there a docking station available that is like not destroyed or damaged or anything like that?
Yeah.
How does it look?
Yeah.
The first.
I'm like against the window.
Yeah. The first thing you notice
station
is that the station is silent. There are none of the blinking lights that you would normally expect from an active station. There is a large hole blown in the side of this station. The station itself is sort of a circular structure with a central structure in the middle. And then a sort of spine that comes off of that seems to be you would know that's probably where some sort of like skip drive or like engine would be located. It's hard to tell from this point if it has a skip drive or not, but potentially does. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say nothing's pinging apart from the station itself. Nothing else is pinging up on our radar.
Nothing that you noticed so far. Yeah, nothing seems to be pinging. There's no other ships or anything in this area. This is there's very little reason to like be in this system outside of just this reason.
Can we make a call to the ship?
Sure. So, knowing its coordinates and its address, you can make a ping on the Ansible. It pings. Nothing.
This might be a salvage job instead of a rescue mission at this point.
Well,
Do they have any? Can we? Is there any transmissions pinging off of it, or can we look at any previous transmissions pinged off of the?
The only thing that you see coming off of the ship is the distress beacon.
Okay.
And with the distress beacon, you do get like a time. And sort of in the coordinates of space-time that has, been flattened down to exist between systems, it seems to be set almost 40 years ago at this point. The distress beacon was sent out.
The distress beacon was turned on 40 years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Since I want to get like a full, it just does not sit right with me seeing a massive hole in the side of it. So I kind of want to fly the ship so we can get like a 360 view, keeping our distance, but seeing like where the skip drive is, if it's even still there at that point, and just seeing if there's anything else in the station.
Yeah. So as you get closer to the ship and kind of fly around it, you see out of that large hole in the side, what you couldn't really tell before if they were wires or something else, are a number of large vines sort of tendriling off into space.
There's the hydroponics.
As you fly around the ship, you hear a very loud thud into the... first you hear one thud. You hear another one sort of ricochet from another area, and then in front of you, you see some object flattens itself on the windshield of your ship, and it appears to be a person outside of their spacesuit, having succumbed to the cold, dark reality of space.
I think we found the crew.
How are they still here?
Nothing rots in space.
If it
They could-
made its way outside the ship, though, how did it not just continue on its way?
Could have been dislodged recently. Ship's been drifting for who knows how long, so
How
Could've
long
hit.
ago did the blip start appearing here? Do we know that information?
From the bulletin, it seems as though the distress beacon was just recently picked up. However, what you can kind of tell,
Like hours, days? Do we know that
Uh,
much?
probably days. It would be probably
Okay.
around days of when that distress beacon was picked up. So, being in the brink, you can the sort of lawless exterior of space. There are less communication relays here than there would be. There's less stations here than there would be to pick up and sort of transmit things. It's likely that a station just got close enough, or a ship or something got close enough to finally pick up and relay that distress beacon.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have two thoughts. Either something was jamming the distress signal, or it teleported somewhere, or jumped space. Maybe
there
into
any-
the.
Is there any
unknown.
life on any of these planets, though? Like, as we were kind of like looking around, none of them are inhabited or built on or anything. So this just could be unexplored expanse. In 40 years, nothing has been here. Because why would anything come here?
I'd like to add a third
Right.
option, which would be
Yeah?
setting a trap. There's something here that wants new prey because it's bored of eating grave robbing in orbit.
Oh. You think it ate them for 40 years?
Not all of them, but maybe it got bored.
I'd imagine the thing be dead already, wouldn't it?
Maybe it's a people person like you, Tilda.
Maybe it's a people person.
Yeah,
people person. Yeah, it got lonely.
Oh no. Well, I mean, if it's lonely. No, I'm just joking.
We're
It
making a
can't be.
lot of assumptions here.
You're being paranoid, Mole.
This was a research station to grow food in zero gravity. And there are vines coming out of it, so maybe the experiment just went wrong.
And now it's a
Maybe
research
so.
station to attract food.
It's
I
not
think-
a Venus flytrap.
Bet it's used flytrap.
Mole, have you been stealing the hollows from the library again?
I'll bet you 30 coins to Venus flytrap. It's a space Venus flytrap.
All right, well then let's go check it out and see if you're right or not. I'll take
Let's
that
do
bet.
it.
Just a quick question for the skip. We would dock on, clearly, but would it be like a bridge situation where the ships are still separate, or would it be like a massive hangar and you can go in, or...
So you have a few options looking at this station. This is a relatively small station. It's nowhere near the size of the one that you were just in. It doesn't have hangars. It doesn't have anything like that. It does seem to have an external airlock.
Okay.
Apparently undamaged, from what you can tell.
The giant hole on the inside, on the side of it, kind of doesn't bode well to the.
There is
We
also
have spacesuits.
the giant hole in the side of it. Yep. So you all have, as basically the way that spacesuits work, as long as they are functioning, you don't need to worry about oxygen. It produces oxygen from basically like recycling your carbon dioxide. It keeps you relatively good until
Yeah.
it goes wrong,
There's a-
and then there's a problem.
There's a little tree in the back of it.
Exactly. Just a little tiny.
It's a space tree.
A little
It's a little
tiny
bonsai.
space tree. Yeah, a little tiny It's actually like 400-year-old bonsai, and that's.
Mine has a Lorax.
It's just the Lorax.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you could go in through the airlock, which would involve docking the ship, connecting your airlocks. You'd have sort of a bridge scenario kind of thing there. You could go in through the hole in the side of the ship. That would basically be doing like an EVA. You would go into the airlock of your ship. You wouldn't dock your ship, but your crew could keep it basically within range.
Yeah.
You could essentially jump from one ship to the other. Relatively safe. You have. It's not like a super dangerous mission. It's the kind of
Okay.
thing you would
Yeah.
do in a salvage operation anyway.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
that one, right?
Yeah.
Let's not
That
attach
one
our
sounds
ship.
fun.
Well, especially if, just in case Mole's right, let's not attach our ship to their ship.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good idea. Well, not only that, but since the lights aren't working, I don't even know if the airlock would even open at this point.
That's very true.
There's always a third option, which is to
Go in through the
make
hole?
your own hole.
Oh man.
I don't know if that's Conlon just going.
No.
You can do
could
this,
blow
or
a
if it's
hole
like
in the side of the ship.
foreshadowing.
All sorts of opportunities for you. Just wanted to present them all. Just wanted to make sure you all knew.
Imagine that. Imagine we blow up the one part that's still got airlock, and then the people that are in there just to be
All comes spewing it. We're like, well, shit.
They gotta
We
die
saved
sometimes.
them. We found them.
We did. We'd be saving them from a pointless existence, futilely struggling against the entropy of it all.
Very true.
I think I need to revoke your library privileges, Mole.
I like the idea that Mole has just been reading like Nietzsche and like is just becoming like a edgelord nihilist.
I love that.
All right. What are we doing?
Well,
What's the plan?
Technically, this isn't a rescue mission. This is a research recovery mission. We're getting paid for
Is it?
research.
What does that mean? I never saw the job. What is?
Essentially, they just want the goodies that's on board rather than the people. I highly doubt
Yeah.
anyone's really left. at
Although
this
if the
point.
people aren't dead, then maybe they know stuff, which would count as research. People are salvage.
Well, I hope people are still alive. But let's get some big old duffel bags. And I want to find a big duffel bag.
Yeah, you.
Two.
Or is this sort of like a more like futuristic thing where a lot of like research and data and that would be kept on like memory chips and stuff similar to Cycle?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
so-
take it all and pick it
Mhm.
up and take it with me though, right?
So to give you sort of an idea, I guess, of the general theme of the technology, there are holograms, but they are very simple. They're green light portrayed in a 3D space in front of you. There is augmented reality through your HUD. Also all sort of that like terminal green color, sometimes a little red blip to show a location, something like that. And then there are terminals, which are also green on a black screen, sort of showing you data. Likely in this situation, the data that you're looking for, the research that you're looking for, would be found on a terminal in the ship somewhere. It's hard to know where, for sure.
We have backup battery packs and other devices that can play things and or plug into things. Does that make sense?
Yep. Sort of standard space, hand wavy, everything connects to everything else. Yes. Your
Yes,
data
that's
chips,
what
you could...
wave detectors and playback devices. I want to
Sonic
bring my
screwdrivers.
Walkman.
Yeah.
I want to bring my Walkman and my sonic
It's a
screwdriver.
It's a
I've
Sony
got my
Walkman.
plasma torch.
Everything is on tape through a cassette player. That's
Yes, so I can listen to
Perfect.
it.
data
Cool.
cards.
I
hold
put that in
data.
my so then I can play them while I'm
Yep.
there if I need to, and I put that in my duffel bag that I'm going to bring over.
Ooh, actually, that duffel bag is a good idea in case there are any food samples. Or like any remnants we can take back. Because that would be
My-
worth a hell of a lot of money.
In case I want to take a nap over there.
You should definitely bring your own bags too, as well. There's going to be a lot of shit.
I'll bring two.
Do I even have a bag? Yeah, cool. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll bring my bag.
You all have, you should all have access to like whatever
Yeah.
kind of, hard packs.
I walk into
whatever.
the crew members and just literally tip their stuff upside down.
Go into
And
the
then walk
barracks
back out with a bag and just be like, I'm main character. I can have bag.
We're gonna come back to a mutiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, it's space
I'll bring you
communism.
back-
There is no
I'll-
mutiny.
Yes, space communism.
What's theirs is yours.
Yep.
Exactly.
Not the other way around, but
Mm-mm.
Oh no, of course. If they want to take something of mine, they can. I don't have anything.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. So it's
And what's mine is nothing.
Yeah, what's mine is nothing.
all right.
Jump.
Put my helmet
Wait.
on.
yeah. So I'll like
yeah.
start gearing the ship, and I'll start like carefully maneuvering it so that it's close to the wall, but it's still a decent distance away in case we need to amscray. You know.
I start a group phone call chat so we can all communicate to each other at the same time, and there's no need to worry about that at any point.
Yeah, you're good.
Are you doing this in the cockpit?
I'm
like,
establishing
long
this
before
now.
No, that's exactly right. Before we go out into space, I'm establishing that we can all communicate to each other via a four-way phone call.
Tilda, okay. Oh.
My helmet's on. I can't actually hear you. So speak into your microphone.
Most
God damn it.
most scavs wear their spacesuits on the ship, basically at any time that they're not inside of a station as well, because in the event of hull breach or catastrophic damage to your ship, having your spacesuit on is usually a good idea. So you would all be already kind of communicating. Yeah, you have communications free. Basically, you don't have to worry about that too much. But it's a good plan. I like it until it gets knocked down, until you get EMP'd and then can't.
Look, I'm just making sure. Oh fuck, I have an EMP something.
You do. EMP grenade. Sweet. All right. So you're hopping over.
Yeah.
Yep.
I figured we'll probably
Into the
like,
hole?
have a-
Into the
Yeah.
hole?
Yep.
With the vines coming out.
Yeah.
Why
Cool,
not?
let's go.
As we get
Molly, you
there,
go
are
first.
they moving of their own volition, or is it
Nope.
moving in
I'm just-
this movement of space?
They've just
Yeah.
grown out of the hole.
They're just sort
I
of
wanna know this.
floating in zero gravity.
Cool.
You notice they are like they're converting something into energy. It's not like 100% clear how they've
Oh,
managed
it's alive
to.
still.
They are
Mhm.
still alive. They are vining, growing some sort of leaves. You do notice a few of them actually have like fruit. There's like berries and stuff on some of them.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, grab one
You
and
can't
we'll try
take
it
your-
later.
You can't take your mask off in space, Mol.
I chuck some in my backpack, in my bag, in my duffel bag for later.
the
I'll
risk.
make us some
Okay.
cube flavors.
So the way that this works basically is it's like a harpoon. You have like it's essentially an electromagnet on a stick or on a string. You throw it at the other ship. It sticks on. You cable across easily, so you're not going to get blasted off into space.
Okay.
You got automatic repellent.
We
or
got
repel
Caribbeans on there.
things, yeah, with little
Those are
motors,
fun.
so it just kind of like zzz you along. So yep, you get there, no problem. Nothing inside the hole. You do notice there's a few more corpses floating in space, sort of around the hole. Some of them are entangled in the vines, but look like it's sort of been as they like flew out, the vines sort of like wrapped and held onto them, not like they grabbed onto them, sort of thing.
Okay.
Maybe one or two like crew members also tried to grab a vine as they were, flying out of the hole, but they died quickly. As you enter the hole, H-O-L-E, not the hole, H-U-L-L.
The hole in the hull.
The hole in the hole, yeah.
Haft and a haft.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Half to
You-
half.
Half to half to haft.
There's a half of a haft in the hole in the hull.
It was a half.
Yep, let's go.
As you enter, you notice the emergency seals have activated in this section. So basically the way that this ship works, there is the central hallway that connects to the different rooms that kind of branch off of that central hallway. So this hole enters into the central hallway. The airlock doors on either side of you in this section of the ship have fully shut. You do notice that Go ahead.
As we're entering through the hole, are we able to tell what created the hole? Like, does it look like there's like scorch marks and singes? Does it look like there's like debris from a meteor or something? Is there like a way to
Or-
tell?
Or was something punched out of the wall? Like did one
Oh
of the
yeah,
vines
did it go?
punch
Yeah, did it
through?
go? Is it outwards? Did it something from inwards explode, or did it come from the outside?
Is this an innie or an outie?
Yeah, any or an outie.
We'll call this a presence check. Anybody that wants to make it.
Yes.
DR 8.
8.
Presents.
Presence.
Oh, fuck's sake, 5.
Oh, sweet. That's
5. Serious?
I'm not supposed to know.
Hey,
No, never
16.
I got a 17.
Okay,
Woohoo!
cool. Mole and Aurora, as you are sort of moving in, this makes sense. You both know a lot about ships. The first thing you notice is scorch marks. It appears as though something has blasted the inside of this ship out. It was not blasted in. The hole sort of rips out. You also notice that the scorch marks are not indicative of like a bomb. They're like laser or like slug material. Like something has hit this with force. Not like an explosive has gone off and ripped through the hole. You also notice, both of you, since you rolled pretty high, the vines that you notice into space seem to be coming from the space between the inner section of hull and the outer section of the ship. There's like an air gap in that area in which these vines have started to grow out. So they are not coming from within the hull itself. They are coming from the gap in the hull of the ship.
Mole. Would you know the layout of the ship of where it could possibly come from if it's wedged in between?
I've never been on this ship before, but I can certainly explore.
Let's hold off on that now until we get a better idea.
Looks like a nice tight fit.
Well, it's
I
not a
wedged
no.
myself in there.
It's definitely too small for Mole to get into. It's
Never
like
underestimate me.
inches. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Mole flattens Stanley style or
He takes all of his little robes off and he's just a slug underneath.
Rats can compress their rib cages. I've been practicing.
Incredible. Yeah. So you notice. I'm assuming everybody's in the area.
Yes.
So this area does not have artificial gravity enabled. It seems that whatever has blown a hole in the side of the thing has also, and the like emergency things, like you would have like magnets on your boots basically. So like you can attach and walk. On either side, so to one side is one airlock that has sorry, I'm reading and I've lost my space in my reading.
My space. Y'all would. So I could. If you don't need to eat up time, I was gonna say that. Mole very rarely chooses to use the mags in the boots, and instead just sort of like spider climbs across stuff. You would notice that his arms and fingers are probably like just a couple inches unnervingly long by normal human proportions.
Mm-hmm.
The result of growing in low gravity. Cool. So yeah, one side of the airlocks has a sign or like text that reads 2 emergency cryopods. The other side has a text that reads 2 hydroponics bay.
We check out the people or the plants first?
I mean, this ship isn't, or this station's not going anywhere. They might as well see if there's any other survivors first.
But more might be coming here.
Yeah, I'd rather get the research and get gone and get paid. I don't want to end up like those bodies outside.
We can also divide and conquer.
Split up? Yeah.
Oh, that's never a good idea.
Aurora,
Fine.
you want to go to the cryopods and you guys can go to the
Hydroponics?
hydroponics? That's the one.
Good.
Sure. Meet back here in 20 minutes, or if you guys are faster, meet us in the lab.
We can
Yeah,
do that.
let us know what you find.
And also, Mole, No touching anything extra.
I'm touching everything.
Yeah, touch it all.
Jesus Christ.
I'm touching the wall.
Tilda, you're not help.
I'm touching the sign. Sign.
You need to let loose.
I think there would be 3 party members coming back from this expedition at this rate. Anyway, I'm going.
Oh, you
so-
won't join us?
That's really funny joke, Captain. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So
She-
I'm just
She's gonna
Right.
chill out in the cryopod. Hey,
All right, we split.
I know where the desire part is coming in now, Conlon, so it's
Freedom.
No, wait, the what? I think I must have missed something.
the desired role I had is a way out.
Freedom.
All right. So
The ultimate
first
escape is death.
Mm-hmm.
challenge that presents itself to you is that the airlock is sealed. This section
For
does not
both of
seem
us?
to have power,
Mm.
and so you need to figure
There's
out.
my. I turn around to the group and I pull out my battery pack. Does it work?
Your suit battery.
No,
Uh,
I said I packed any sort of little tools that powered things up portably.
Gotcha. Okay.
I didn't. I don't know. A little hacker device. I don't know what it is.
Give me a presence roll. DR 10.
Oh, a 19, so it's a 21.
Hey!
Yeah. So you have what is essentially like the equivalent of a car battery.
Yeah.
And while you're fairly certain it's not going to power like the entire station, obviously, you think you could probably rig it together to open to at least the panel for the airlock that you are near to open that airlock.
Fuck yes. That's fucking awesome.
Wait, just a quick question.
Mm.
Because there is pressure on one side of the airlock, and then we're in a vacuum on
yeah,
the
don't
other
stand on
side.
the other side of the door when it opens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Black Friday.
Okay.
So I will say, in a station this size, what the airlock system would basically do, like an emergency airlock, would seal off 2 sections. So what you are stepping into is essentially a full airlock, where if it is pressured on one side, it will be pressured in the middle. But the
Okay.
minute that you open this, like the door in front of you, it's going to like cycle the airlock. So you
Got
will be
it.
stepping into an
A pod.
unpressured room that then leads into like a pressurized room. Itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's like a divider between the 2 rooms.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify, just so
Yes.
that we don't have any
Yeah,
explosive.
you're not gonna.
Hmm.
Be a zero
Uh,
pressure sandwich for just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Keep away from the door just in case when I
Yeah.
open it. Boop, boop.
Okay. So yeah, you managed
Hi
to
guys.
hook up the battery. You get it connected to the thing. The panel powers on. It sort of flashes with like an emergency power message for a second before you push the button to open the airlock. And as you do, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh god
Ooh.
damn it!
What did
Uh,
I do?
Not
I'm
you,
literally
Tilda.
facing backwards, giving them the finger. What am I
shit.
supposed to do with this?
Ooh.
So initiative is just a d6. 1
Oh,
through.
oops.
Well, so I think Matt, does the GM roll a d6? Is that the idea?
You could do it however you want, but
Okay.
yeah, it's a d6 to decide which side goes first.
Okay. So yeah,
Oh,
and you
that's
are
right. We
gonna
go
roll
together.
agility plus a
Hmm.
d6 to determine who goes first within your group,
Okay.
right?
So that is with a d20.
Yeah, for individual.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
no, no,
For
no,
with-
no. It's a d6 plus your agility.
Oh, d6.
Okay, I got a 4.
2.
That's a 3.
I got a 6.
Okay. So
Nice.
Mole. Somebody who got a 4? Haley, did you get a
Grace.
4? Is that what you said? Grace got a 4. Okay, sorry. So Mole, Grace, Aurora,
Tilda.
Tilda. God, there's too many names.
Relatable.
So, what you notice, I rolled the enemies are going first.
Oh god.
So-
Uh-oh.
Biscuits.
I'm facing backwards.
Yep.
Walking
Luckily-
through the door.
Hi,
Are
Tilda.
you all looking at Tilda?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
she's flipping us off. We're looking at her.
So what you all notice is from the sort of ceiling there, you see a few hatches in the middle of the hallway. This is not behind Tilda. This is in the middle of you all. My alarm is going off and my dogs are freaking out. It's fine. Probably not a burglar. So from the thing, you see 2 turrets sort of go.
Oh shit.
And they start searching. And the first one is
Beeping.
going to my alarm is going off. I think one of the dogs must have laid on the thing that like turns on the alarm. So the alarm is I think it's just setting the alarm, which is fun. Let me turn that off real quick. So the first one is going to fire at Tilda. This is
So like Tilda would make an agility check.
yes.
Yeah.
So
that's a
yeah,
defense
Tilda.
roll.
So that's a
defense roll.
D20,
Yep, D20 plus your agility.
a 19.
Woo!
Great. Yeah, that passes. So yeah, you see as the first turret goes, and just fires a massive slug round right at you.
Oh, God.
And it just flies just barely past you, but it does seem to miss. It seems like the turrets maybe are still kind of calibrating. They haven't been opened for decades. And then the second turret is going to go, and it's the one on the other side, and it is going to aim at who would have been in, so Tilda's over on one side, who is like in the front of the other people on the other side.
I probably would have been since I'm going
Okay.
with
Going with
Tilda.
me.
So
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Agility
so
roll.
Aurora, agility roll.
agility roll. It's a flat roll. Oh great.
Yeah, mine was flat too.
Okay, let's see. That's
Don't
a
forget-
4.
Don't forget, you
All
have
right.
ripples.
You do have ripples.
Yeah, I'd like to not die within the first hour and a half of this
No.
game. So
Well,
How much health do you have?
7.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
that's
good.
actually
I
kill
have
you.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have
You got
armor?
it.
I can't remember if you.
I
rolled
do. I
armor.
have
No,
basic armor. I have the most basic one.
Oh, okay, the one that doesn't have a.
Yeah, no damage
armor, yeah, no
deflection.
damage. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Go ahead. You want to ripple?
Damn.
So, for those of you watching at home, a ripple is like glitches or omens in the other Borg games. It allows you to do a few different things. Let me pull it up so I can read them. You can deal max damage with 1 attack, re-roll a dice roll, yours or someone else's, lower the damage dealt to you by a d6, neutralize a crit or fumble, or take a -4 DR to 1 test before rolling. So
I'm gonna save it, so I'll just take the damage right now.
okay, and you can decide. I mean, you can lower the damage if you want. Like if it ends up being bad, that is also so a ripple can also reduce damage by a d6. You don't have to. I don't think you have to decide that now. Like you can decide that when you take
Okay.
the damage.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna need that ripple, aren't I?
You're gonna want to go ahead and roll that ripple.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right,
That's
so
7 damage.
yeah, so I'd be dead. So we're going to do sweet 5 damage reduced.
5 reduced. Cool. So yeah,
So
so you
2.
take 2 damage as the slug sort of fires out at you. You notice the space around you sort of ripples for a moment as one of the many void null mark scars on you that have no powers but just kind of associate you as someone who has traveled the pattern sort of flicker for a second and space around you distorts and the bullet doesn't hit quite as hard as you thought it was going to.
Oh wow.
Felt like it should
Okay.
have.
I'm
So yeah,
gonna-
you take 2 damage.
Okay. I'm not dead.
Kind of like you shimmer translucent for a second and they go through you and then you come back to reality. I love it.
All right, now it is your all turn. Matt was first, so Mole, if you want to do your thing.
What do thermite flares do?
So I guess theoretically you could try to use them as like an actual weapon, but they are basically road flares. But they burn with thermite, so they burn really, really hot. So I guess you could hold one and try to like shoot sparks at the thing, but it's gonna have to be. It's not like an explosion. It's not not really a weapon. It's a utility item.
What I was thinking is, would I know how these things target? Do they use heat?
Give me a d6 roll.
2.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. So these turrets, Mole, you've seen similar things before. They do target based on heat. That was a D2 50-50 chance. They either were heat or like vision based. So you rolled on the heat one. So yeah.
Can I throw one of the thermite flares at one of the turrets
Sure.
to give the other one a hotter target?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Go for it. So we'll call that a. Ooh, I don't even know. Let's make it an agility.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Okay. It's not really an attack. Making it agility to try to get it in the right spot.
That's a 17.
You do it. Yeah. So you kind of strike the flare and sort of careen it gently towards the thing. And there's no gravity here still. So as it sort of goes, it lodges directly in the the folding turret area of the ship, the turret. So like the turret A can't close back up, and B is like in a very super vulnerable spot for it. And yeah, so you notice the other turret just sort of instantly goes and swivels towards the one. Cool. Who was next? Grace was next, I believe. Cool.
I have no long range, except I have a sledgehammer. But I do have a long range scope. Do I literally just have a scope and no gun?
So it's not like a gun scope. It is like a monocular, or like it allows you to see things at a distance. It's like a telescope, basically.
Nice. Okay.
One half of a binocular.
Okay. Cool. Just imagine like Johnny Depp, bigger one. Cool. Okay, that's not gonna help. I have absolutely nothing.
Get out of the view range.
Yeah, is there any debris or a vine big enough that I can just launch myself behind and take the hide action? You're muted.
Sorry. Yes, there are pieces of hull around that you could easily sort of. The interior of the ship has like sort of twisted as things have hit it. So yeah, there's a place that you could definitely hide.
Perfect. I do that.
Cool. Can't remember. Hide, is that
Should be agility,
agility?
I think.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead
would thought
and,
agility.
Make me an agility.
3.
You trip and fall as you
Well,
hide.
it's not.
How do you trip in zero gravity?
Over
yeah.
yourself.
And you just are spinning because
You're
there's
just
nothing to stop
spinning
you.
because
Yeah.
you can't grab onto anything.
Yep. Cool.
Right.
Great. Yuri all over again.
All right. Melissa.
I've been hit, so I want to hide.
Go for it.
Because with seeing Mole chuck the the flare, I'm hoping that the two of them just shoot each other instead. So I'm just gonna hide just because I've been wounded. So let's see if I roll better this time. I need dice jail. This is fucking ridiculous. That was another 4.
Cool. Yeah, so as you go to hide, you are actually hit by Grace's careening form. And you are now both sort of spinning together very awkwardly in this zero gravity space.
Dum dums, la la la, dum dums.
And
just had it.
Tilda, Haley, you are up.
Fuck. I don't. only one of the guns is going to go for one of the guns. The other one is still, but it may not. It depends on which one gets to go first. It may not even kill it. Yeah, I think I might just. No. What I'm gonna do is
I was gonna say, can you ready?
Yeah.
Like, could you prep to shoot later? I don't.
I guess I could.
You could close the door too temporarily.
Yeah, but then they can't shoot each other.
No,
The
well,
turrets
at
are-
least one of the turrets can get at the other one still, because Mole threw the.
I thought the door would shut them off from each other.
The turrets are in the area that you are in.
They're in the hangar, the hole.
They are in the bit of hole, the hallway that you are in. Both of them.
Well then I.
Why
then
the
I
fuck didn't we go inside the? Oh, damn it.
We dumb. I thought they were in the
Wait.
cryopod room thingamabobby.
I did
But
too.
on the doors. Okay.
I goofed.
Well then, can I grab Spinny McGee and Skinny Spinny Magoo and drag them into the thing with me?
Sure.
Bros.
Yeah. Make me a.
Because that's my strength, right?
Yeah, make me a strength test. We'll say.
I imagine while the two of us are spinning too, I'm just gonna look over at Grace, and it's like,
A
I
15?
appreciate the thought, but I would have asked you to buy me dinner first.
Yeah, so DR10 was all that was. So yeah, you manage it. You're in zero gravity. It's not like they actually weigh anything. It's just a
I've got
matter
my
of getting a
boots
hold of them.
firm to the
Yeah.
ground. I wasn't trying to do anything, but I grab each of their ankles and I just launch them into the
Your
room.
spacesuits have like various little like holds on them with the idea that, you know, if somebody is careening off into space, you might be able to grab them. So yeah, you manage to just kind of go and get both of them, and you chuck them into the airlock. Are you going in after them?
Yeah, I'm standing there, and I'm also, but Mole's not in there.
Mole's the only one who's done anything productive currently, and you, so I think Mole's fine.
Yeah, I just go, hide, Mole.
Okay, so you are closing the door, leaving Mole.
What do I do? What? I can't do anything else, can I? Oh wait, no. Can I toss
Oblivion,
in my
this is how we meet.
No, I can get it. I'm not gonna stay out there with you. That's dumb.
It's
I
okay.
can't. I leave my plasma torch on the. I can open it again in a second, can't I?
Rule number 1, entropy consumes all.
Yeah, that's it. I ended it with hide, Mole.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Door
so the
goes down.
airlock closes. You're all good inside there, Mole. You're standing in the middle, having thrown your thermite flare, and we are back to the top of the initiative order. So it will be the first turret to go is the one that is now targeting the thermite. So you might end up at a good spot
good.
here. Who
Okay.
knows?
Yeah, this is here's hoping.
So that is just going to be, I guess, a.
If you have to
Jade.
roll on behalf of an NPC, it's typically just no modifiers, flat
yeah.
D20.
Cool.
I don't know if there's like a penalty for the turret being fucking stationary. Like it can't dodge. But
Yeah. I think it probably. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption that the turret would be easier to hit. So yeah, okay, that hits. The DR. So yeah, DR10 right would be. Flat
It would be-
roll.
if it was normal defense is DR12, and then if it would be like a harder one, might be DR14.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yep. So that hits. I rolled a 13. We'll call it that. And mostly because I don't want you all to die right away. Cool. Yep. So you see the slug hits the sort of right where the thermite is. It fires a slug out, and it hits the like jointed area, which does basically critical damage kind of thing. And you see it like rips through the metal, and the other turret kind of falls. Well, doesn't fall. It sort of is moved by the zero gravity space and the initial slug of that bullet to kind of hang by a single cable as it just kind of floats in space there. So one turret is down.
Woo!
Do you relay that to us?
However, the next turret. Well, actually, sorry, you just shot the turret, or the
Yep.
turret that. Yeah, so it is.
Now
Not.
it's our turn.
Yeah, so we're back to the top. Mole, you
Okay.
are.
Alright.
I slid you the wait, no. If you want it.
No, you didn't.
No,
Nope.
I didn't. I didn't in the end.
I'm just out here on my own. I'm Space
I'm coming
Rambo! I'll pull out my shotgun, my scatter gun.
You can also, I will say, you can like take your movement if you want to try to get to the door. Like you can fudge the initiative order basically to say that like you tell them, you know, hey, I'm coming to the door, like let me in, kind of thing, as you run.
So-
Oh, yeah, and hold your movement to get inside
Yeah.
before I close it.
What I was thinking is, can I scuttle up to next to the, like, point blank range to the turret, just jam the scatter gun up into its actuators, pull the trigger?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Go for it. Give me. We'll call that a presence check. To use tech there. Let's use tech as you're trying to blow up a gun.
This DOS is on fire! 19!
19. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, so you kind of scuttle up next to the thing, and it goes, as you get close, noticing that the flare starts to sort of burn down, and it goes and looks right at you, and as it does, you just kind of stick your right in the slug hole and pull the trigger. So these turrets aren't based on like combustible bullets. They work through magnetic, like railgun style things. That's how they can work in space. So as you pull the trigger, it's not like a bullet exploding. It's not like there's something combustible within there. You just see like shards of scrap metal sort of balloon out inside the soft interior of the turret as the sparks sort of spark off, and it does fall. We will,
Yay, Mole!
since it was basically a critical hit in that situation, like you,
Nice.
same thing as hitting it in the one specific spot. So, cool. There you go. Turrets are down.
Yay!
I open
Hell
the door
yeah.
again. Come in. Come on.
Would I be able to grab that turret before it drifts off into space?
Yeah, both of them are still connected. One you completely like destroyed the insides of. The other one, yeah, go ahead. You can grab. You basically cut the wire that it's still hanging by. Take it with you.
My trophy!
That's a cool trophy.
Yeah, so you have a busted turret. You can add that to your inventory.
That was
Woo.
amazing.
Are we still
Pretty cool.
floating and stuff, the two of us, or did we?
You're
We would
like
have rotted ourselves.
yeah, you've
I would
righted
have righted
yourselves.
yourself in this
Yeah.
chamber.
In that case, I would have actually like shoved Grace away, and then of course, in doing so, because physics, I probably would have felt myself like bump into the wall of the hallway too. Ugh. Well, good job, Mole.
I
Alright.
still have my scatter gun ammo. I rolled
Yeah.
for it.
Nice.
Mole, get in here. Let's stick together.
You're the one who closed the door on them.
You're gonna let one little... We got loot from it. It's fine.
All right, well then go then.
I'll sweep and clear this whole shit.
If he's not coming into this airlock with us, I'm about to beat the door closed so we can get through.
Mole, please get in here.
Fine.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
Could I look at this turret and see if this, based on what we saw it do just now, and then also like looking at it, does this look like the same sort of thing that might have caused the hole blown out into space?
Mm.
Yeah. So
Mm.
essentially, what you can tell is this thing fires fairly large shell ammunition, right? And does so in a non-combustible format so that it doesn't ignite the atmosphere around it. However, if it had shot at the wall, the hole is not that thick, and especially from the inside, there's no armor plating. So what likely happened was this turret shot at the wall, ripped a sizable hole with its ammunition size, and the explosive decompression of atmosphere to no atmosphere ripped a much larger hole in the wall.
But what was it firing at?
Yeah, turrets are a dumb idea. Hey.
It definitely fired at the Space Venus flytrap. That's 100% what happened.
There's no Space Venus flytrap.
The plants they don't give off a heat signal. Wait, do we know the heat?
You don't know that. Space.
We would have figured that out with the flare.
No, I mean, you don't know if
You don't know
space
the
plants
space plants
give off a heat signature or not.
Does Grace know that plants give off a heat signature?
Uh,
Or when she was like or when they
sure.
came near them, do they give off a heat signature?
So
Well, there was vines in there just then. I wasn't shooting at the vines.
Yeah, but
So, no, they are not like warm to the touch or anything. Not that you would feel them through your spacesuit, but you can like through your atmosphere detections. Like the vines are not heated; they're not human temperature. However, they are a different temperature than the hull of the ship would have been. The hull of the ship was metal. These plants would have been warmer.
Okay.
So it is
Noted.
entirely possible that it detected a, aberrant heat signature.
All right.
So it was shooting at something else.
Well, I'm
And
glad we'll check out the plants later.
you also know these kinds of turrets would normally be used with some form of like identification system as well. So as long as you were like registered within the ship, they're not going to fire at you. So it's not like a crew member or something that this happened to.
Retroactively. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I was gonna. That's all right.
While Mole is disassembling themselves, the the
I've had a wardrobe
retroactive.
malfunction.
Oh no. Retroactively speaking, going back to when the body of the one crew member bugged itself on the windshield, would we have seen like any sort of bullet holes or anything on it?
Sure. Yeah, you would have noticed pretty easily those people died from space exposure. They were, now knowing what you know, ripped out of this section at the time that it explosively decompressed and died due to the fact that they, froze.
Got
and
ejected
also,
into.
ran
Okay,
out of
so
oxygen in space.
no like shots from the turrets or anything like that. Okay.
No.
All right.
And knowing the caliber of those bullets, like, it would have done damage. It would have been like a pretty sizable exit wound kind of thing. You'd have noticed.
Make some Swiss cheese.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
so now we're in the cryopod.
So you're in the airlock.
Yeah.
The little like system. There's another door that you can cycle, and this one does appear to
Is
have
there
power.
going to be more? Do you think there's going to be more turrets as we continue?
Absolutely, at this point.
Well, if we're in an airlock, is there like some sort of computer system or screen that we can program ourselves into to make ourselves crew members so we're not targeted? Or would we need an actual...
I feel like the security system's offline unless I put it online with my electronics thingy, I think.
Yeah, so you get the idea that you have powered this airlock. And in doing so, you auxiliary powered the turrets because you powered like that little section of hull, but you've not powered up probably the rest of the ship.
Yeah, so security system isn't working, just the turrets were.
Okay.
And it would we assume that it's just preloaded with whatever the last security settings were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would have been don't fire at the crew, basically.
Yeah. Cool.
But
I'm just seeing if it was like just at any because they may just be going for anybody and everything right now.
Yeah.
If they've been reset or something.
And you would know the airlocks are not probably accessible. Like they probably can't access the rest of the like infrastructure of the ship, kind of redundancy wise, so that somebody couldn't like, hack all the airlocks on the ship and open them all from like a centralized point.
Yes.
That could be dangerous.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
Let's continue through.
all right.
Yep.
So as you cycle the next airlock, you notice you hear sort of outside you a like mechanical whirring sound. It sounds sort of like a fan activating.
Trying
but
to do.
on your HUD, you notice the atmosphere does not appear to be going any different direction. It does not.
Everyone needs to like stick themselves against the wall.
Yeah. So, and after it tries for a few things, thinking it's run for a long enough time to like pressurize this inside of the thing, the sort of mechanical failsafe opens and the airlock opens to the the emergency cryopods room. But there is no atmosphere in this room. The airlocks seem to have not mattered.
Okay.
To
Cool.
keep it.
Just making sure. Yeah.
Might be because of vines.
Yeah. Is there holes? Is there a hole in? Can we see any holes in this room?
Not that you can, not like massive holes. It is not like the same thing where like something is blown out of the side. It is likely that over 40 years of a station sort of being broken down, small, meteorites, random things hitting the hull, like this ship has just slowly depressurized because there was no oxygen, oxygen production stopped and like things recycled and small holes, all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
In this room, are there vines that are clearly projecting out of the walls and crawling into it, or?
No. From what you can tell, there are no vines in this room.
Okay. So that's something we gotta check later.
Can we see the pods?
Yeah, how many
Are
pods?
they like ejectable things or are they like sleeping things? What does actually it mean?
Emergency cryopods in this situation is basically, this is a like super padded room, so it would be fairly protected from the outside elements. It's sort of lined. A station this size would probably have 50 to 100 crew members. You see a number of
dead bodies everywhere.
Emergency cryopods. There were probably 10, 15 crew floating in space that you would have been able to sort of see as you were, running into them as you moved your ship in. But it does appear to be that these are cryopods, and there's a terminal in the middle that you could access. This seems to be like how you would look at these cryopods.
So it would be safe to assume that all the bodies outside, I'm about to sneeze, they were on their way to these cryopods whenever blasted through the wall and sucked them all out.
Probably. It is also conceivable, it is a circular ship, so it could have been the, blasting out of the side of the ship that caused the airlocks to seal and everyone to go to the emergency cryopods. It's hard to know what order, but the people who were in that area didn't get to the cryopods somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Can I check out this terminal? Oh, wait, I get Mole to look at it because he's probably familiar with all this ship doodad.
Let me check out the sleeping uglies.
Is there
power if you need it?
I was just gonna say, is there like any emergency power on, or is it all just kind of dead in here?
You do see there are so stations like this would be powered by solar power. There's enough energy coming off of the protostar that like it has managed to stay with its at least emergency power going. So you do see there's like a small emergency like light that sort of rotates in a yellow light, and it looks like the terminal is active. It's in like a sleep mode kind of thing, but it does appear to have power.
Okay.
I'm gonna start tippy typing away.
Cool. Make me a presence check.
I wish my presence was better.
I'm helping.
That's That's just 5.
All right. Haley, make me a presence check as well.
19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so between the two of you, you sort of managed to work through the systems in the ship.
This looks just like my iPad at home that I like get you.
Yeah, so going through the readings, kind of tabbing through basically the pages upon pages, you see, you hit first page, list of names, ... status, and you see failed, failed, failed. Most of these cryopods have failed to engage correctly, meaning that the people inside of them are likely dead from starving to death inside of a space coffin.
Yes.
However, as you page
Wow.
towards some of the
Terrifying way to go.
final pages, you do see a few cryopods that say active. It's green text across, sort of indicating success, and they seem to be activated.
So we just unplug those, right?
Oh,
So, sorry, these were life-sustaining, like suspended animation. Did you
Yep.
say, or were they ejectable?
They
Sustaining.
are. This is like because of the nature of this station, ejecting into space would be just you'd be dead, right? It could keep you alive in the cryopod, but like it's likely no one would find you. So this station
Okay.
basically has like this is a freeze chamber where if you go in the event of a catastrophic failure, you hope that the distress beacon gets picked up, and then people come and save you.
They could help us navigate the ship. We could know what was going on, what happened before we go straight there, right?
It could be cryo crazy too.
they also, I don't even know if we
I guess
have any.
it's 4 against 1, right? Just do one at a time. Do they have
Or-
identification?
Just names. Doesn't seem to be.
Doesn't say like their station.
No.
Okay.
Or, because we're only here for research, right? This is not a rescue mission. We can go and get files and then bring one of these cryopods back with us as well.
Or we
I
wake
don't-
the person-
Harder.
We could also wake one of the people up. That way we're not dealing with more turrets later.
Is there space ambulances?
You
call someone else
are
to
the
deal with
space.
We are
Damn.
the ambulance.
Alright, well then, okay.
Woo.
You don't want to wake them up. Is that what the problem is?
Yeah.
We wake 'em up.
Shite.
You don't
Uh,
want to though.
Is it common knowledge, just in general, for anybody in space? For like, do we know what the effects are if someone's been under cryo for too long? Like, what happens to you?
Yeah. So cryo is an emergency state.
Right.
Usually it's very safe for long periods of time. It is, as long as the cryo chambers don't malfunction, because you don't need them for skip travel, 'cause you don't need them for like long-term faster than light travel. You sort of only use them in these cases of emergencies, or some fanatical people like freeze themselves and hope to wake up thousands of years later when the cure for entropy has been found or something. But like for the most part, they're very safe. They are very long-term. Cryo is kind of a holdover. The original ones would have been sort of freezing your body. They didn't work super well. These new ones are based in stasis technology. So they basically put your body into a state of suspended animation, and it is as if time doesn't pass for you in that system. So yeah, they are fairly safe, given that nothing has gone wrong.
Yeah.
I guess like one of the concerns that Aurora has is if waking them up the wrong way causes them to go crazy.
The wake up sequence would be automated. So you would basically input the command to like reboot them, turn them back on, kind of thing, bring them out of suspended animation, and a stasis. And it's not even like a thawing. It's just like It's
Press
not.
play.
Yeah.
A shot of
exactly.
adrenaline. Just
Yeah.
It's a
Wakey, wakey, eggs and popsicles.
they've been frozen for 40 years. You'd think they would want to be out, right?
yeah, but can you two figure out on that computer what the trigger is to wake them up?
Yeah, it's just this button. And
No,
my
no, no, no,
hand is
no.
hovering over it.
No, like, I mean, like, in the case of emergency, go here, and then when emergency has passed, we wake up.
Yeah.
What is that passing point?
Us.
Is there something that can?
We are the passing point. We're supposed to see the beacon, come and wake them up.
We are
And
the
say-
help that has been passed through time's sphincter.
Yeah, 40 years
Thanks,
too late.
Paul.
Do they have
We're here to
helmets
help
on?
them.
Do they have helmets on, or are they fully sustainable in there? Where
Oh,
they don't-
yeah.
So the way that stasis pods or cryopods work, you enter them in your spacesuit,
Okay.
and it basically uses your spacesuit as like life support. Like it turns off your life support in your spacesuit and puts you into stasis, but you are in your suit
Got
for
it.
this
Mhm.
sort of situation. If
Yeah.
a hull breach or something were to happen.
Okay. I
you're
just
not
don't
just-
want us
Yeah.
to do like a human toaster, and it's like surprise. So,
Yeah, that's amazing. I love
That's
that
very
even more
valid.
than the idea.
Wow. Hmm.
instant popsicle.
Yes. Popcorn and popsicle all at once.
So,
It's up to
oh,
you, Captain, obviously. But if you were trapped, wouldn't you want to be out even after 40 years?
I mean, they're kind of experiencing their own freedom right now. Like, their minds can be dreaming. Like, it seems like a pretty cool thing to be.
Well,
There's no
you'll let me
dreams in
wake them up
stasis.
at the
Ah.
end, right?
Oh yeah, at the
I
end
don't-
is totally fine.
Okay, then let's go get the plants and then we'll come back.
I had one other question that just came to mind. The failed stasis pods, did they start shutting off one by one? Because I'd imagine that there's only so much energy for backup energy. So they like started nuking them off just to
Oh,
try and
man.
salvage whatever energy. That's what I'm worried about now.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, so that is a very valid thing. Like, would if the systems did shut down one by one, would it have gone off like rank and station
It
of the
would've, yeah.
person? It would have, yeah,
Sure.
I'd assume.
I mean,
And
but then maybe they're not personalized pods. Maybe is there a pod per person on board, or is
No.
there a limited? No.
But
See,
you would be identified by your suit and who
Oh,
you
yeah.
are, like within the system.
so then so there's no identifications on the people that we can see, or are they closed pods?
Just the name. It just says what their name
We
is.
can't see them.
No, you cannot see the pods. They are basically it is basically a like rows upon rows of tubes. If you think
Mhm.
kind of like almost coffin looking but sci-fi. There are small little like windows within them that you could try to look through, but the pods have to basically be called forward through the system to like bring them. So the way that it works, you would select basically like a page of people to be revived. It pulls up a full like grouping of them, and then you would initiate the like revival sequence, and they would
Cool.
come back.
So there's that,
How
but
long
then also
would that take?
It's pretty quick. Couple minutes.
there was something else that I was thinking. If like a lot of these pods failed and there's emergency, was there a complete power outage and things shut down and the system's glitched or rebooted, or now it has just enough power to stay in emergency? Like, are these people actually alive in there, or is the computer just wigging out? Like, is there any way to tell if there was some sort of corruption to the power that would have caused these people to die regardless?
The active status on a cryopod indicates that life support is active and maintaining.
So there's no way it
So-
could have glitched.
Can we
and then
see that there's
rebooted.
is there a power level at anywhere?
No, but it's likely that if the system had rebooted or like gone down at any point, it would know that these systems have
Yes.
redundancies built into their redundancies, kind of thing,
Yeah.
because it
Okay.
is so dangerous. It's like the
It's a
one
life
place,
support.
yeah, that like
The one point they actually have those things in place.
Cool.
We can wake him up if you want. I'm just saying that's a complication. It's one more opinion in the mix.
We'll do it
Yeah.
last. But if it ends up that they really are going to help us, then I'm going to be so mad that we waited.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad at that too. I'm kind of re-questioning.
There's also the risk.
All in
that-
favor of reviving?
I'm outvoted.
Go.
Okay.
Wake them up.
Can we tell who's
Is
the
it just
highest
one?
ranking?
Is it one? The one? Only one person?
it's
Oh,
basically
it goes group. It does. There's
Hey.
going to be a bunch of dead bodies just onto the
Ah,
ground.
shit.
It's okay. We'll drag him around. It's great Venus fly food.
So yeah, you're doing it. You're activating it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. So basically, you managed to get the query down to show just the active pods. There's not very many that are still active. You get maybe like 10. The system brings them, puts them in where they go, pulls them forward. They sit down. Are you hitting the revive button?
Did you say there was 10 active ones?
Yeah, 10.
I'm going to go up to each of the windows and have a look-see in there.
I'm gonna.
And
Yeah.
now that we've pulled them forward, I want to have a look. There's 10. I thought you said 2. That's why I was going to do
I thought
it.
it was 3.
10 people
I
is a
thought
lot
it was
to manage.
Yeah. I'm
Before
gonna
we
like
explore.
go on the other side. So whatever side Tilda was at, I'm gonna go on the other one so that we could try and like meet in the middle, like looking through all the windows.
Oh, I was gonna go to the middle one.
Okay,
Well-
cool.
While they're investigating all of those, can I figure out if I'll be able to shoot this turret?
Sure. Yeah. So give me Mole, you give me a presence check. Everyone else give me, if you're looking in the thing, we'll call this a spine check.
Ooh.
Sort of perceive the pattern. See what's going on here.
I got a 19 for presence.
19.
You know what? We're
Um,
gonna take this guy. At a
I'm too
nice
short to see in the windows.
I got a 17.
I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. So are there critical successes? I
Yeah.
sort of. We'll make it a thing. Yeah. Okay. So Mole, you could probably get this thing to work. The thing you kind of notice, it's got probably 2 shots left. They're not really made to house like a lot of shots. This is not a orbital defense platform kind of thing. Like those are just in the event of something bad happening. But yeah, you think with a power source you could probably get it up to fire one more time or twice, 2 more times, whatever, like until it runs out of ammo, basically. Aurora, looking in, so the windows are very small. Looking into the windows, you can see the spacesuits within, and you can see what look like humanoid features. Like it looks like there are people alive inside of there. Or there are bodies in there that have not decomposed, basically, right?
Okay.
So it is, at least theoretically, they are in their spacesuits and they are in stasis. You, with a 20, you get a bit of a vibe. You're not really sure what it is, but something is just a little bit off with the pattern. You just, something doesn't feel right.
Guys, I don't think we should open these.
Oh my god. Open them, don't open them. Open them, don't open them. Is anyone else
Why
getting,
not?
like, the shadow vibes from Doctor Who at the library? That's what I'm getting. Okay.
I like it.
Why not?
There's just something off.
Should we leave them?
I would. Look, call me nuts, but
You're nuts.
Hi, nuts.
I
there's
like put my hand
something.
up for a high five from Mole. Wait, where are we? That way. Nope. Anyway.
Look, the pattern just seems off here. I think it's going to be more bad news than the turrets if we open all these up.
Then let's leave it. If this is a circle, can we go back out the other way then?
So you could go back out the way that you came in,
Mhm.
but there is another door which leads
Yeah, we're
to
gonna go through
the
there.
next section.
Should we try that section?
Sure.
Yeah.
How when we looked at the thing from outside, obviously you could probably see like room, tunnel, room from the outside because it's not, that's kind of how they look. Was it 4 rooms? Was it 2 rooms? Was it central? Like
yeah.
I just want to know, are we adding extra work if we go that way?
So there is a central room that was connected basically on the far side of the ship from where you are. The path into that, there were 2 paths, one on either side. They're about, I guess, really on the far side of the ship. They'd come from like a few things down, or you could go back the other way about halfway kind of thing, if that makes sense. So circle, you're here, path here. There were also so there was a room to the left of the hallway that you entered in. The one that you are in right now is the emergency cryopod room. On the other side there was the hydroponics bay. You also saw 3 other rooms. So sort of 5 spokes off of the hallways here. You saw those rooms as well. So it's not like a massive station. It's a little bit of hallway connection to a room, a little bit of hallway connection to a room.
Okay. You want to go around or you want to go back?
Going back means there's no turrets. Guaranteed no turrets.
That's true.
And we don't disturb anything new going back the way we came.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do that.
We can find the samples in the
Hydroponics.
that one. But that may just be samples. Maybe it's not where they keep the research.
We'll have to just keep looking.
Ugh. I just want my money. Fine, let's go.
While we're all leaving, I actually want to go back to the panel and shift so that all of those 10 pods that are active, they're not readily available right here, that they're like back in the... Just because of the bad vibes I was getting. I just want to put them as full, as far back as they could possibly go in the system. It's like the very last one that you can get the rotation in, so...
Smart.
Cool. Yeah. Yep. You managed to send them back. No problem.
Matilda, can I have a battery?
Yeah. I hand over my car battery.
Don't we need that for the other door?
I think Mole wants to play with their new toy.
I've got a universal key.
I just I mean, now I know that there's no airlock. While they're playing and doing whatever they're doing, I get my plasma torch out and I just go, and I can't, and a giant hole straight through, so then we can just walk through to this room.
Cool. Yeah. Yep. You managed to. It takes you a little bit of time, but yeah, you cut through.
Yeah, of course. But that way we don't have to worry about turning it back on either as well. So. And now you can keep the battery.
Cool.
Alright. Hydroponics door, I guess, unless you want to check out the other 3, what was it, 3 rooms along the way?
Yeah, if you went back the other way around, you would come across the entrance to what you would assume is the bridge, the central structure, and then the 3 other rooms that are sort of spoked off of this system, or this station.
Do we go straight to hydroponics, or do you want to check out the other rooms?
Let's go hydroponics. That's the front door answer, I think.
All right. I'm not turning the electronics back on again.
Cool. Yeah, you make it through the door to electronics. No, sorry, not electronics, hydroponics.
It's Circuit City! I knew it still existed.
As you enter, there are just everywhere overgrown, vining plants. In one corner, there seems to be stalks of what look like corn, but like super bloated, like massive corn on the cob kind of things, hanging from like thick vining stalks, and lots of ruined electronics. Seems like these vines have sort of grown wherever they could, busted out different computers. Doesn't really seem to be any power in this section either.
And I bring out my little wand Kajigga that's going to go boo 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 and tell me if there's anything that still works in here. Do you like my gadgets that I've completely made up? Because I do. I remembered to pack all of them before we left.
Yeah, you've got different sensors on your suit. From what you can tell, there's there's no electricity flowing through this area.
Cool.
Are the plants giving off oxygen?
No. They seem to be living on some other thing. It's uncertain as to what it is.
That's not good.
Hmm.
That's definitely not good, though, because plants give off oxygen, and these plants don't. That is not good.
Earth plants give off oxygen.
These are space plants, man.
So maybe we don't want to touch these and get samples.
You just sample them into containers.
No.
I already did it.
Is there any
I'm
sort
touching
of
it.
like... This is like a whole laboratory sort of deal?
It's like a hydroponics bay, so it's kind of like a hangar. It's not huge. It has various like what would have been like trays in which these things were growing. They have fully overgrown those trays and have spread everywhere.
Like a
Mole,
mini
are you
farm.
touching something?
I'm touching
What
a
are you
vine.
touching? Just a vine, not like anything.
Just a vine.
Okay. Cool. Nothing happens. You're good. Although, actually, give me a quick spine check.
Ooh.
Oh.
10.
Okay. As you touch the vine, you kind of like push it. There's a little bit of gravity here. The artificial gravity has like, it's very, very light in this, in the rest of the station. That's not like that one room that you was completely wrecked. As you push it, you see it sort of like flows off a little bit, just from the force of you pushing it. And tangled in the vines behind that vine, you see a human skull with vines sort of growing out of the eye sockets and into the mouth, out of the nose.
And what it was sucking on.
Can I examine said skull and see if it was indeed food or if it's just an aesthetic choice by the vines?
Because
Sure.
it's sentient.
Yeah, as you look at the skull, you notice a few things. One, you find also a rib cage and a spine and the rest of the bones of this thing. It seems likely that because there's no oxygen in here, it likely did not decompose. There's no atmosphere for this thing to have decomposed into. The plants probably ate what they could find. You don't know.
So winning this bet.
You're not certain how the person died. There's no indication of like trauma on the bones themselves, but everything but the bones is missing, and it is just skeletal remains.
Yeah.
I'm gonna thump it on the skull.
There's different kinds of plants, not just the vines.
So there are vines that kind of spread out. There's also the sort of corn-looking stalks that I hesitate to call them stalks. They're thick. Like they are like
Yeah.
serious stalks of corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bulbous.
Yes.
Oh.
They're more trunks than stalks.
Rotund.
Sure. Yeah. That's
And
a
just the
good-
two, so just the two types of plants. That's it.
Seems like it. It's hard to tell. The vines might be
Have kinda
multiple
overgrown
plants.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there might be other plants kind of mixed in here, but those two seem to be the most prevalent ones that you see.
Everyone, stand back and let's just try and poke the stalk one. See what happens. I don't touch it with my hands, but like we throw something at it.
What are you throwing? And what
I-
is the?
Can I pick up is books? don't
Here's a
exist.
skull.
Thanks. I grab his skull as
Oh
we
my
all step
God.
back, and I just toss like very gently. So by the time it makes it to it, it's floating
Yeah,
like this.
sure. Give me a presence check or test.
For fuck's sake, 9.
So the skull sort of drifts over. What were you aiming at specifically?
The bulbous part of the stalk, the part
The
that
corn.
looks the corn.
Okay.
That's gonna explode. I know it. I want to see it. Do it.
All right. So as you throw,
Oh, you've
the
done it
skull,
now.
Is it gonna turn into fucking spiders? What is gonna happen?
Something that bulbous is gonna blow it any second.
The skull sort of meanders through the low gravity before missing the bulbous part and hitting the stalk itself. And as it does, we're gonna roll initiative next time.
Oh
God.
no!
But
Damn
first,
it!
let's see. There are 4 of you. Okay. Good luck or good news. It only hits 1 of you. And as you do, the 2 of the stalk corn pieces of corn, kind of between the area of the stalk that you hit, explode into kernels, theoretically.
Popcorn.
Cannibal bullets.
And so 1. Oh, never mind. You all get hit. I forgot there were 2. So one of them hits.
I
you
made
for
everyone
1.
step back.
They explode and shoot out at high force.
Oh, Mole's dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Anybody want to do anything to?
Didn't you say
I-
we did initiative? Or...
Can I
No
throw
initiative
myself
yet.
in front of someone? I've got relative HP and armor, so if I can shield, so I'm gonna regret that.
I was standing right there. I'm the one that threw the fucking skull.
Can I spear tackle you then? Or whoever the fuck's closest to me?
You
Do we
can try to
roll
put yourself-
agility to get out of the way?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an agility roll, everybody.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got a natural 1. I'm supposed
you
to die right
serious?
here.
You got
yeah,
a
I'm
ripple.
supposed to die right here.
You have a
got
ripple?
Oh, I
You
have a ripple. Okay, I reroll with my ripple. Oh my god, are you joking?
You have another ripple.
Oh shit,
Alright.
that's wrong.
I got a
What did roll?
19.
For
I got a 13 for agility.
Alright. 2 ripples.
Come
Mole.
on.
What's your roll, Haley?
Kaylee,
A 1, a 3, and a 4.
I can give
Come
you
on.
I'll give you my
Can
other
we-
ripple.
can we
I'll
ripple?
give you my ripple.
No, it's fine.
I got a 15 for agility.
Okay.
My body, the dice want me to die.
How much health do you have?
1.
Awesome. Incredible.
Okay, new character next week. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You've
I'm
armor.
about it.
right?
No, she doesn't.
Yes, I
No?
do have
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
armor. I have a mining rig,
Okay. Yeah.
so I get a
that's,
minus D4.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much damage does it do to me?
Can I even beat it?
Go ahead and roll. Your
Oh,
D4.
no.
A 3.
It did 3 damage. So net 0 as the kernels sort of explode and start like ripping towards you. Your armor manages to block most of them, and you don't die.
Holy
fuck.
shit!
Do the
Don't
rest
touch
of us?
the corn.
Do the
Don't
rest of
touch
us
the
dodge?
corn.
Yep, everybody else manages to dodge that. But what you notice now is all of the vines seem to leap to life, and as they are streaking in towards our intrepid heroes, that's where we're gonna call it for the night. And
Oh, no.
endure
Damn it,
until
Tilda!
next time.
I don't want to get lasted of us.
Amazing.
Wowee.
He wouldn't let me open the people, so we decided to fuck with the plants.
You decided to fuck with the plants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Alright. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining. This has been a
Yes.
Scourge
Thank you,
Board
Conlon,
protest.
as well.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Conlon.
Conlon.
I believe we're back next week with this same
Yes.
stuff, right?
Yes.
For a little bit.
Yes.
Yep.
So
We got
continue
until
on.
Dustin returns, so we will continue the story next week. Join us for more Scourge Borg and hopefully less dying in space.
Nah.
And as
Until next
always,
time, are you ready for more tales?
Always!
Stick around for a raid.
stick around for a raid. Goodbye, everybody.